Yeah, I'd be curious to see how both players end up piloting then, because, you know, Goldlewis and Happy Chaos both have their, you know, kind of like execution requirements at different levels, but he was spinning Mr. Goldlewis, obviously managing the resources for Happy Chaos, so we'll see how Dizzy and Floofle pilot their characters here. A quick back throw into drone dropping. Hold this neutral for me, young one, Goldlewis says, but unfortunately, sent back into the corner already by Floofle. Go to the wall. Ooh, we got the super. Very good. Get all those bullets back. Hard knockdown.
Hell yeah, man. Getting all those ammo back. And pretty good focus as well. Kept it kind of safe right there. Dizzy feeling pretty good about this meter. Doesn't spend all that security, but just enough to keep Floofle back. We're bursting out of that corner. We're trying to fight, but then that tick throw comes out, and that's that Happy Chaos pressure, right? It's going to be the roll, the throw, the 5D. You're looking for a lot of stuff after that guard crush shot.
Right. Just the stagger pressure here. Happy Chaos, in my opinion, you know, one of the best strike throw characters for the simple fact that he's always got that gun on him. He keeps that mother effing thing on him, as you would say. And it just kind of like always puts some of the stuff in his favor, right? You find these moments where, oh, I'm going to FD him out and stop him from this pressure. All of a sudden, boop, the gunshot covers him, and he's back in with pressure here. A little J2K jump in after the hard knockdown. Get our super meter back. We are stuck in... Oh, just like that, Floofle scoops up with a perfect, too. Wow, I didn't even notice that part then. Not very often where characters get to walk away with a perfect against Goldlewis of all characters. So... very, very impressive stuff. Feels like Floofle felt pretty comfortable in how to pilot, but I also say Dizzy really didn't get a chance to start swinging yet. So I'm curious to see if Dizzy can get some pressure going, be on their offense here for game 2. But, you know, straight back in, sticking with the good old Goldlewis. One thing I got to give a lot of credit to some of these Jeekly Academy gamers, a lot of multi-character players as well. So I'm always kind of excited to see people stick with their one-shot character, or if they got someone else in the chamber.
We're going to burst off to start this round. We got Floofle in the corner, but only for a moment, man. That's also a sign of a good HC, being able to use that Goomba Stomp to get out, and Floofle also routing into getting that focus back. Great stuff to start off this interaction. Dizzy back in this corner.
And we're just seeing standard Happy Chaos here. Get the bullets back again with our super, gotta say. Happy Chaos, both supers covering the resources he needs. It's definitely pretty fortunate for the character archetype he is. Ooh, and there's the 5D into gunshot. Definitely hits us all. You know, no one is too powerful to block every 5D RC or 5D gunshot in this case. But as we're saying, as soon as we talked about that, Floofle's already taking that first round here. It jumps in with that concentration back. A lot of 2K2D into gun pressure. Oh, we're mashing out. There's 2P. It's Goldlewis time, baby. But sends it back in with the FRC J2K. Oh, and bursts off. Floofle says, do not leave this corner. This is where you belong, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, do not
pass
oh, but a
go.
reversal
throw.
Don't collect $200. Floofle going to take it to this other side now. And man, that's a nice route right there, trying to get that focus back, but no ammo. Able to get one shot back in before Dizzy shot us from the other side. Dizzy saying, I got a gun too, homie, but Floofle going to keep you in this corner, going to get that focus back on these hard knockdowns. Playing super well with our meter here.
Yeah, it feels, Floofle just feels like fairly comfortable in all the scenarios they kind of have found themselves in, from both, you know, managing like, okay, I know how many bullets I have. Oh, and there's another great use of FRC. I am a big FRC enjoyer, getting comfortable with your character's buttons and how air momentum is affected with doing a instant air dash, blue Roman cancel, and then of course into a normal. You can carry a lot of times the you know, trajectory speed and all that with your normal to fly in. So really, really good stuff. Floofle, who's really kind of cleaned up this first set here so far with a 2-0. But you know, I believe in Dizzy. This is Goldlewis Dickinson, everybody, right? All it takes is one knockdown into blocking a few behemoths, and then you wonder where the heck your health bar went.
Hey, even if you're blocking them, you're still going to get beat up. But Floofle's going to get things started with that round start with that 2S. Able to get that focus back as well. I got to give Floofle credit. Always knows how to end those block strings, those hard knockdowns, getting those resources back. Dizzy with that confident 2H, trying to get something started here. But Floofle's going to throw you down, going to walk up with this 100 meter, going to get these tick throws established. And now we're going to be sent through that wall.
Yep, good chance to spend super meter on this one. So back to neutral. But oh, we did react to the white wall, so into throwing it. doing a BRC forward after a soft knockdown give you a lot of strong pressure and reactability, and seeing startup of White Wall Assault is no different. So really good stuff so far from Floofle, which then also gives them a chance to start this round at being at a burst advantage then, since Dizzy was willing to spend that. So let's see how misses the whiff throw, but gets another throw immediately after. At this point, Dizzy just needs to find a way to fight out, but there it is, 5D gunshot. Okay, a couple soft resets, but they actually busted out here as the super will not work. Dizzy that pulls on block. Should be able to hit him with a full combo. Burst right away once again. Floofle not being afraid to spend it to keep their pressure going.
Yeah, Floofle really confident with those bursts. Says, hey, even if I do lose this round, I'll be able to build it back up in time. Dizzy going to get caught by that counter hit, able to go for that focus super, and then still link into that next normal. Strong stuff from Floofle. Dizzy doing a good job of getting out of that corner, but Floofle putting you right back every time. I know Fails is in the Jeek League. Shout outs to that one. But we're starting off this first match here. Going to see who's going to make it through on this winner side.
Absolutely. Swap there. Fail start with the Mei versus Leo. And I imagine, like, Mei gives me a lot of similar vibes to the way I'm sure Geo's kind of feel in certain matchups, where, like, any character that has a DP, you have to just change so much about your autopilot then. So I can see a very similar functionality with Mei in this year. So see how Fails works around one of the best DPs in the game. Quick burst off here, Koka. Just playing around that guard point pressure. Oh, trying to run up throw. But 2D into a full combo. Okay, Koka's showing us that they got some routes figured out. And this is the king. Now, Jeek, I know you've been playing a lot of Leo yourself lately then, too. How are you feeling about the character?
Leo's been a lot of fun. I definitely think that there are some layer 1 things about him that are, easy to jump in, figure out, and execute. But if you want to bring this character far, if you're looking for someone you want to put a lot of hours into, I think that Leo is one of them. I know he gets a lot of flack for being that gorilla. But right here, just right there, setting that clash, Fails was ready to fight back. Koka does got you in this back turn, scooting up. Fails with those FD blocks to keep the back turn away. But when you get into that back turn, even even the blocks can't save you. Those back turn H's can still keep you on top. Fails trying to get something started, but Koka with a really good reversal.
Absolutely, Koka saying, it's my turn again. Sorry, May, guilty gear. Oh, YRC, and immediate DP answering the YRC. And unfortunately, we got counter hit by the close slash after no full pickup, but it is Leo Wifebang. He's not too sad about having a soft reset here. So 3K knockdown. A little bit of May pressure. Ooh, we tried to bait a YRC there. Got BRC instead. Got back to full screen neutral. Fails. Definitely has a chance to take this round back to bring us to round 3, but okay, get through there. Great throw tech as well. Far slash hitting. Oh, DP's up is still living. Oh my gosh. Just Magic Pixel not quite enough. Holy moly, by the way. And as awesome as that set, gotta give a shout out to Sir LCH with the 20 gifted and Master Shake 90 with the 5 gifted.
Whoa, what the hell? I'm doing
Shout
something
out.
to Discord. I didn't realize. Hold on.
You're good, brother. You're good.
Oh
I got you.
Lord,
I got you.
why are you guys doing that? Oh my god. Thank you so much. Hold on. Master Shake and Sorrel, y'all are so crazy for that support, homies. Thank you so much. You did not need to do that. Thank you very much. Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to this match. I just need to.
All right.
I need to put my face on the screen for a second, show my appreciation, guys. Thank you so much for that one. Holy moly, I can't say anything else other than that. Let's go ahead and show some respect back to these players. Fails getting that back throw. Koka ready with that DP. Doesn't send another one, so Fails gets this break here. Gonna get that positive bonus cranking.
Love that. Positive mode, such a good place to be. You see the tension starts slowly pacing in. You feel the burst meter coming back. Like, every character feels like a strong character when positive bonus is ringing for your side. So, a TP anti-air, get out of the sky. Another one. Koka is not afraid to rip these. So, something to be considering if your fails as this set goes on. Oh, but actually missed the unfortunate meaty, but went into a straight parry option from back turn. I love that. I love that there. Oh, and a 5H starter. Let's see what you got, Fails. Show us the goods. Boom. Oh my gosh, and just like that, a quick little 55-60% of your life bar gone from round start. My goodness.
And even against Leo too, you do got that big body HP. Gonna DP through here. Koka does have this meter to play with for mix, but Fails said you can't give me too much of a gap, homie, and you gotta stop representing that DP. I'm gonna bait it eventually. Trying to get forward here, but very active on that back turn. S doesn't get that burst bait though.
Letting Beach Ball play neutral for us right now a little bit. Projectile game. Both characters definitely play. Oh, and immediately Koka is not afraid to rip this super as well between spots. But, oh, the 100 meter. Oh, and no full combo, though. That might have probably killed. 100 meter kind of super combos tend to, like, scale pretty well. So, Koka working some space back here. Gets a jump in. Oh, and just like that, fails. Finds their way to take game 2. Oh, actually, all right. Good stuff there. Man, oh, man. Like, fighting Leo can be spooky. You know, you're eating a lot of DPs in your pressure then, but like, you know, the worst thing about DP, especially with DPRC being gone, is that like sometimes, yeah, they might get a monochrome Evoke, but nothing as crazy as once with being able to do RC after or even covering it kind of thing. So good stuff there from Fails for not letting those you know, start pressures kind of slow them down again, pick it up and going. And Koka bitten off the cab for a sec here. I wonder if we'll see a change.
Oh, for sure, it's a change.
Oh,
Sin.
There it is.
This is the first time I've seen Koka Sin, I think, Gagnon. This is unironically the 5th character, I think. I've seen
one more short of having a full Pokemon team, Jeek. I respect it.
Yo, Koka's gonna be fighting the Elite Four over here eventually, but you got to get through
A4
Fails
got
first
shit at
on
Koka.
Victory Road.
Go. Back throw there. Great pressure. Oh, and a little side switch with the J2A absolutely there. Oh my goodness. Little mixy wixy, gotta say. Megan access to this Dolphin cancel really opened up a lot of her pressure, but blocked the 3K there. Oh, it's in Cheesecake time. Even has the combo down into the super as well. Sweet spot. Not quite the full one, but still gets the hard break. Good stuff so far. Jump in, throw again. Uh-oh, Fails is now in a terrible stuck spot. And I have to wonder, kind of like, when you know your opponent has the ability to pull his characters out, it's like you really end up almost having to fight the opponent more than the character. Like, how can you really adjust to what they're doing if they keep swapping out what they can use? So, really cool stuff so far from Koka, who ended up taking that first round with a Sin.
Very strong stuff, man. Fails doing a good job of just using that horizontal movement to get out of the corner. Koka gonna get this back throw though, and we're pretty good with this stamina. Of course, that meaty hoof stomp's gonna catch out anybody, including Fails right here. Koka does have 50 tension to play with. Fails trying to get those jump-ins, man. Those May air-to-airs, those May jump-ins can be very powerful. But if Koka keeps you grounded, gets those throws, gets those OTGs, that can be enough here to take this game 3.
Wow. And it was such a quick game 3 as well. Like, I have to give them a big shout out then to obviously all our players, but genuinely, like, I think piloting multiple characters in a tournament environment definitely is very different than just, oh, I'm going to boot up my secondary or third character in tower tonight, right? So I got to give a lot of shout out to Koka for actually not only picking a new character, multiple characters up with that, and then just having their routes figured out, figure out what to do. Like, oh, I got an anti-air, beat traffic here. I can stamina cancel into moving forward. Like, it's just like having the, oh, and just as I am talking about multiple characters, Fail says, hey, hold on. Totsugeki of the past, it's Vampire Punching time. So we got a little Slayer on the screen instead. Let's see how this one goes for game 4.
Yeah, Fails does have those multiple characters from the Jeek League, man. We'll have to see what they do here, but Koka starting off with this back throw, eating that burst.
Nearly through the wall here. A little timer barrel action then. The health bar starting to blink ready. You're hearing the sounds. Oh gosh, and our toes got clipped. No full pickup off of the 2H there. Okay, Slayer's getting started. All he needs is one hit to get going. Ooh. Oh, and I thought a birthday was maybe happening there as well. Oh my gosh, we waited for this Mappa Hunch to come in and ride the lightning, taking us to not only round 2, but potentially the whole the match point here for Koka. So.
Man, strong stuff. Gonna link those 2Ks as well. I mean, some of these are very specific combos for these characters we were seeing back on the Leo and now on the Sin. You know, not only are we able to pilot all these characters, but at an intermediate, if not higher level. Gonna send Fails through here. Has that burst ready if we need to defensively. Oh, yep, that 2H does crush those lows. Koka trying to check you with the 2K, but it pays off for Fails here.
Go. K2D hard knockdown. I said all Slayer needs is one knockdown to get his mini game going. Had to spend the burst meter, so we'll be able to get positive with this then, but we are a little bit low in resources. Let's see what Fails to do. We just send it right away. I respect it. Building up tension meter. Make sure we find a way to spend it before it's over here. Depending on the combo, but does drop unfortunately for Koka. See what fails has option here. Just goes for a simple close slash meaty, and I think that's gonna go to Koka in the end. It just does. Such a strong character, even if they simplified some of the way she does her pressure. Then the guard crush swords are pretty crazy, so let's see how Chartreuse throws those around, or if Willy can navigate with the different movement options that Ino has in her arsenal. Basic pressure starter here, putting Charge in the corner. Immediate burst, saying, I don't want to block Ino. No one does, so you're not alone there. And Ashley's able to 2K in between the Gatling from 6P to Dara there. YRC's off into a slight walk-up throw. Okay, Willy is piloting very well so far, this Ino. Back up in the corner. Some basic pressure as well. Burst off, so yep, I don't want to block this Ram Swords. You already spent one of your resources too, so take advantage of the fact that there's now one less large number to swing from. Good 5P out from Chartreuse here to take their turn back. Oh, and just that new MLA says, my turn. And a very, very pretty quick first round there for Willy. Chartreuse, though, showing some good options when they're on offense, and even fighting back from defense with that 5P, so. That. Okay, here we go. And more MLA pressure. Oh, man, it is so tough to block Ino, them. I'll never forget a very famous John Titanic quote about blocking Ino then. It's something that lives true through my brain. I'll bring it up after the set here as well. Ready with seeing Chartreuse trying to fight back. They're trying to get their self started here, but like really not giving them a lot of chance to get that going. Fortunately, was still pressing something after getting hit by the 5P. 5H getting counter hit. Look at this combo so far. Oh my gosh, Willy's health bar is there. No spend on super. I'll keep this 50 for something else here. BRC forward. Ooh, the air grab out of the sky. My goodness, then. Oh, we blocking it too? Oh my gosh, let's show Chartreuse. Oh no. Whenever, nothing worse than being right, but then end up being wrong by the end of it too. Ah, we've all been there. It's guilty gear though. It'd be that. Oh my god. Oh. Baya's able to cover in time from the Dara. Oh, and out of the sky. Swinging with that JS. Good stuff. Chartreuse taking us to round 3.
Trying to get that HCL on the round start, drifting in. This can be a hard matchup to navigate those far slashes, so nice to see that we're getting to this last round. Chartreuse going to get you into this corner, trying to catch you with the rock, but Willy doing a good job of being airborne, navigating around both this Ramlethal offense and getting our stuff started, but getting swatted like a fly. We're getting mortar bottoed through, hard knockdown applied, that positive bonus cooking. Chartreuse going to take you through the wall possibly again, unless Willy sends that burst.
There is sword PRC. Such a strong way to just send it for Ram. We gotta flip into the... Oh my gosh, I got hit. I thought they were on the same side. They took the corner from you there. I don't know if Willy like micro walked forward enough to let that happen, but I was not expecting the side switch. So, wow. You know, for how that started then, with Willy kind of just taking it all, like Chartreuse really fought back from being down there. I gotta say, very impressive stuff then. Ram is an incredibly strong character on the current version of Strive. And we're seeing Chartreuse kind of represent a lot of those strong tools, right? Just toss that sword, let the guard crush do the work for you. Even, you know, make it even more messed up. Just sword toss PRC, and then you get all this freedom while it's doing it for you. So, really, really incredible stuff, must say. But I'm sure Willy will show us the power of Ino here. You know, just as Daro did at Evo Japan a month or so ago as well. So, what do we got, Willy? So, off to a good start. Get a decent corner carry. Hold this guard crush, and great 5P again. Chartreuse really showing confidence in their 5P presses. This is so much of fighting Ino, is not letting her get away with the amount of fake stuff she kind of has in her pressure. Being wrong is where it really hurts the most against her, so. Wall stick here, positive for Willy. Start building back some of that burst meter. Ooh, intermediate stroke as well. This should be, yeah. You're not gonna want to burst here. Let's see, find an option there. Yeah, I respect holding that, honestly. Health bar is blinking. Going to this round 2. A little more space choices by our book. And a jump in by the JS as well. Oh my gosh. And then we got counter hit by a close slash starter. Oh no, Willy. The health bar is falling. Positive as well for Ramlethal. Has him in the corner where she wants him to be. No full combo off of the JS in the air. Oh, so what you got? Oh, it almost got the coast-to-coast combo as well as Ino. Really, really close stuff. Good stuff there. Nice air throw as well. Back in the corner. So you see Eno just trying to work themselves in between a couple RPS situations by choosing. Oh, and there's the flip explosion. Millia at home. If anything, this might be better than Millia's mix with Gargoyles behind it too. So
for sure,
really,
man.
really good stuff.
We love saying the Millia at home, but it's only because these other characters have maybe 1 or 2 more tools more than Millia, but. No, we're playing. Good note right there, or at least navigation around it. Chartreuse was able to get under it. Willie, I like how we're just micro dashing with these air dashes, with these hover dashes, not really over committing to get anti-aired or get beat up by a far slash, and it's paying off here as we take Chartreuse to the wall. Was able to get our burst back despite that wild assault, but we're still in this corner. We got some tension to spend, and we're going to get it on that red RC. Unfortunately, no follow-up.
No follow-up indeed, but we are going to hopefully the ball. We chose not to break, actually, which I kind of like, too. Like, why mess around with weird neutral when it comes to Eno? But unfortunately, no super wall breaks. We're basically at even for both people here. And, oh my gosh, it just goes to the sky with those JPs and chases. I have to say, Ram JP, an incredibly good button for exactly that. Like, if you want to just say, no, the airspace is mine, what a quick active button that you can represent and people take to the air, combos into itself multiple times, even combos into the 214S as well for the hard knockdown. Like it just really is an incredibly strong air normal for, simply just being a P button. So, but I gotta say, Willie's showing us a lot more life in that game too. Would not be surprised to see them taking game 3 here as well. They're absolutely close. They just have to find a way to overcome this like incredibly well piloted Ram from Chartreuse.
Yeah, we've seen Chartreuse play very well before. Like I was saying earlier, this is my first time seeing Willie, but I've been really happy about their play. Not very often we get very good Enos here in the Academy bracket, so Willie able to show off this character and what she can do. Gonna anti-air you back. Chartreuse already spent that burst, so we're in this corner unless we have a really well-timed anti-air. Getting bursted back, Willie trying to keep those JS's true. Gonna send this Ramlethal through and cancels into the super before that second hit comes out. Good stuff there from Willie being able to execute that.
Oh man, a nice BRC. I'm not sure if we were looking for YRC on a button pressure kind of thing, but finds a gap enough to be able to throw in between strokes. So really nice stuff there from Chartreuse, but didn't have the sword to actually complete the Gatling from there. This is a good spot for Willie to be in. Oh, but once again, flip we trust. Ram just finding her way in. Great stuff on the red wild assault. Should be a full combo if we complete it, but won't die because of the scaling of the red wild assault. Willie's still in an okay spot. Definitely has a ton more meter. And absolutely love that there. And they end up taking out the sword as well. Should be the first round. There we go. And just like that, Willie taking a very, very good first round and has the burst advantage as well. Didn't need to spend that there. Spends a little bit with the stroke to get in. Oh, and a nice 6H to VR starter here. That's about that's a pretty high damage. It's a pretty high damage Eno combo, I gotta say. So, character no slouch. No base pressure in. Ooh, YRC offset. We are not trying to block you, not in the corner especially, but underneath the swing. Oh, and we knew, we could feel the burst coming in our bones. Willie has woken up and says, "This game 3 is mine. I see you now." And just like we were saying before, incredibly well piloted, really from both sides. Like I said, all the games felt close in their own rights there, but like Willie just had to find some comfortability in closing out some of these matches, and just like that, they did. And as we go, get our first more than 3-0 so far. It's only our second set of the day, of course, but I'm having a blast so far. I'm sure our players are killing well. Chat, hope you guys are having a good time. If you are, shout out your player who you're cheering for today. Shout out someone that you're happy for. Shout out your favorite Guilty Gear character. It's a good Saturday for some games.
Yeah, what I love about the the players here in the Academy bracket, we haven't yet got tainted by the tier list, right? We're out here, we're just playing the characters that we think are cool, that brought us into the game. So Willie out here checking out that Eno, Chartreuse playing that Ramlethal. They both are just having fun with who they picked. We'll see who they stick with right now. Chartreuse is going to send you through, get that hard knockdown. Both players keeping their burst, Willie holding on to it, but now we're kind of late in the round. We're going to have to see if we end up using it defensively or if we're going to use it offensively on some pickups.
Go. Just trying to work our way in. There's that sword toss PRC. Such a good approach option for Ram. So Willie found a way to get over it here. Immediate burst off says, yep, I am not trying to block Eno. But unfortunately, when you hard RPS with something and lose it after spending a burst, you're like, wait a second, I just got out of this situation, now I'm back. And this is a very spooky spot to be in. Positive bonus, was able to do stroke into PRC for that throw. You're gonna have to block some Eno here, but great job on blocking the low, but oh, it does clip them with the 2D. Oh my god, and Ram DP Super ends up coming out second there, which gives him the invincibility frames. That was such a wild spot for that to happen. My goodness, I have to say, I have not seen that before, but that was pretty great. And just as we're talking, Chartreuse already taking the momentum from that first round, already half the bar through on the second round here against Willie. Burst him off here. We hope to get some time to build that back up as the round goes, but definitely spooky. Ram is incredibly good at dishing out damage in this game. And Chartreuse basically on 200 meter between burst and tension, so whatever they want to do, the game is their oyster. Oh, we chose backdash though, be careful.
Chartreuse with a really aggressive burst there, right? Getting that counter hit bar slash though, it looks like it's going to pay off. We're going to have 50 tension after spending some of that right there, getting that positive bonus. Willie on a pixel here on their last chance, gets that distance back with the deflect shield, but Chartreuse seeing that whiff throw hits that 5H. It's going to secure this set 3-1, but strong stuff from both of these players. We got the green Johnny out here. We got the purple soul DreamGrove, the beast blamer. This one's going to be a fun one, man. I think we've gotten unique characters all day today. Really happy with that. We've seen DreamGrove before. I think it's my first time seeing Bionic.
Yeah, it does sound about right. I feel like we don't see a ton of Johnny's in the Jeekly Academy. For how strong this character is right now, it's definitely a very very awesome thing to see. He's, you know, we've all been blocking some Guard Crush cards as well, which is, you know, Guilty Gear Guard Crush Fire Styles playing more of these days, but, you know, pretty impressive stuff to see. And basic hit outs there from the air, and Bionic ready, some good pressure. We have 100 meter as well, so we can basically do whatever we want to do. Just get knocked off there. A little throw PRC to cover. Hook gets it whiffs. No, full knockdown, and sends it with the eye opinion, one of the best special moves in the game. And DreamGrove ready to, oh my god, and the wild throw is seal it out. Bionic does not really find an opportunity to spend that cash, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, that one does not follow us into the next round here, but let's see how Dream adjusts going into there. No full pickup right now. Both players kind of playing a little scrambly. DP off me.
Like the close slash from the other side, though, and Bionic linking all this together. DreamGrove trying to get in with that bar slash, but a little too far away. Bionic going to pop you with the card. We do have the burst on the other side. I'm not sure if we'll see it, but this hard knockdown is going to give Bionic a chance to get something set up.
Absolutely. Trying to safe jump ourselves in. Technically, Dream. Oh, there's the wake up J. Makes it safe with the extra meter as well, but unfortunately, not get the throw after. And so far, oh my goodness, and DreamGrove was smelling the burst coming immediately. Bionic on absolutely spending all here, but we are back to neutral at least, so there's definitely an opportunity to get ourselves back going again. DreamGrove did not quite have 50 to keep that combo going, and sends it with the air special. My goodness, DreamGrove taking a pretty, I'd say pretty like comfortable first game. Both health bars being brought low very often, but I felt like both players were just kind of like swinging. You know, there's a lot of pressure going on both sides. You know, both players trying to find their spots to get in. You know, we're IADing over stuff. We have a tons of respect on how we're kind of pressing back on defense there. So yeah, I'm sure once Dream gets a little more comfortable at kind of piloting this against this, so we'll see some more Johnny Guard Crush here in no time. Going into our game 2.
See how these round starts are going to be. That Johnny round start can be quite deadly with those 2 S's, those far slashes. DreamGrove able to navigate over that finer though, and Bionic showing us a lot of that horizontal, you know, screen presence with the misfiners, of course, but also jumping in quite a bit, and it does catch DreamGrove. But right now, Dream has you in this corner. Try to get that throw in after, kept it safe with that whiff PRC. Bionic going to get this back throw incident though.
Bit on that pressure and then get ourselves tossed into the corner, not a place we want to be. Oh, Cold Slash does barely catch him on the way out, but no full combo. Oh my goodness, Bionic just being so close to collapsing here. And I gotta say, DreamGrove really good with these throw techs so far. Matches that with 5K. I swear Soul still use it as if it was 3 framers. 2D actually caught him, but a wake up throw. Absolutely. Bionic's say, you better make it real, Dream. Better make it real.
Yeah, perhaps Dream was just trying to go for a deep close slash there. Bionic able to answer that 6H on the round start, but a good counter hit after. Dude, Bionic is not holding anything fake, saying, hey, homie, I'm going to throw you. I'm going to wake up 6P. You got to get those meaties, but DreamGrove has time, has that advantage to get that started. But you got to give Bionic credit for these throws on the wake up. Hey, you got to hit me with that close slash. You got to hit me with that meaty 2K, or I'm going to throw you back, homie.
Oh my gosh, and once again, DreamGrove is just, I swear, they can just smell the burst in the water, you know, they know they're coming, and as two so far that Bionic has not been able to really get advantage of from using burst itself, so going into round 3, DreamGrove definitely finds themselves in an advantage right now, at least on the meter standpoint. Unfortunately, dashed into a close slash. We get a lot of IADs here so far from Dream, but trying to get ourselves over the Johnny Long normals. It's a basic 2K to throw pressure here. See if we get a full combo. We will get it with that new HDP wall sick that Soul got with this season. 6 out of the air as well. Oh, and there's that vault. Man, oh man. I swear, like, after you get hit by a vault throw, you're like, oh, I could have reacted to that. And then it happens 3 more times and you don't react to it any of the time. So, man, oh man.
Well, Bionic going to pull up after that guard crush. We do have that card applied, but sometimes it can be your detriment because you're trying to get the pop, and then DreamGrove can just simply get that jump in. DreamGrove really fishing for this burst bait, finally gets it. DreamGrove feeling that high of getting that first burst bait. Said, hold on, let me do it again. Let me try again, homie. I'm on the stream. Give me that burst.
He's going for 3. He's going for 3 at this point, I swear. But you know, like it's one of those things where baiting burst is fine to a point. You know, like it's only ever bad if it causes you to lose. Is the way, you know, and as silly of a statement as that could be. You know, a lot of times getting your opponent to give you the burst is the win in itself. Then, but when you're both at those like low life final round situations kind of thing, like, it's hard to stop yourself from trying to really eat that burst. You know you'll win if you get it. But going into our game 3 here, we'll see if Bionic can find a way to pilot this Johnny into a full-on game win. But so far, unfortunately, drop count from Dream then. Bionic a chance to get out. A little bit of the recovery of our Bandit Bringer there. Good job. Yep. We got some burst value this time here immediately. Love that from Bionic. Not being afraid to press their good button despite it being eaten so far. Oh, and we eat a close slash starter. Our health bar about to explode here. 100 meter for Soul. Can do whatever he wants. Will he get super in time? But 6H is enough. Oh, and just like that, Dream looking like they're going to be on match point right now. I still believe Bionic has a chance to take this game as well. This is Johnny Guilty you were talking about. And there's that wake-up throw. The confidence to fight back on defense. You don't always just have to sit there and take it, so. Great combo pickup here as well. A little bit of positive for Bionic. Really, really good start there, but 6H through on the wall break. I love it. Use for the Dream.
We got that red RC to line this one up. Man, DreamGrove trying to bait those bursts. Sometimes, Dream, you just gotta let them burst. You gotta let them give it to you. Because right now, if you give up that pressure too much, the HP is getting kind of close here. Able to get that red RC. Bionic delaying that burst for a moment. Says, hey, I'm not going to give you another one, homie. The Fafnir does connect, but we're going to catch you with that meaty for real this time. Can't back throw me every time on that wake up. DreamGrove this time. Lining it up. Getting this set 3-0.
Venom, I think, is incredibly sick in this game. He's definitely hard to pilot. He's got a lot of time, a lot of lab work that anyone kind of has to do to really get it going. But man, we have all been there and has played against the annoying mini game that is the Stinger mini game. Jeek, how are you feeling about this character right now?
Definitely you know, Venom is going to ask you to do one big thing, and that's going to be dash blocking. Very important option in this game on defense if you want to pull up and fight your opponents in their face. And this Venom is going to force you to do it. Shoutouts to Avarice. She's a data analyst. Ended up shooting me some details about the Jeekly recently. Don't worry, Avarice. I'll make that graphic eventually. I appreciate you doing that for me. If you know, you know. UberCheesecake, many-time top 8er, playing very well in Grand Blue recently. Probably one of the favorites to get very far in this bracket. But we got to see if Avarice is going to keep them down on this Venom.
Yeah, and this is kind of cool for me because I genuinely play both these characters, and so it's very fun to see two things I enjoy playing and piloting, and Green in your chat made a really good point. Normally Anji does pretty well, does pretty okay against certain kind of type of zoners then. The spin definitely helps work through some projectiles, but the way that Venom kind of pool balls work, it's definitely not your traditional projectile. There's certain spots where the start of H-Stinger can help kill other projectiles here, but you kind of just have to respect it at a certain distance then, and then just kind of send it over with an IED at some point. And just like that, we get a little scoop here with the command grab. Everyone gets their own ball. Good stuff from Avarice. Not always the most damage from that command grab, but getting positive is never a bad thing to have in Guilty Gear Strive, so...
Yeah, just guaranteeing you have that positive, because then you can go for that ball super after. But right now, Uber's going to see that burst coming out, trying to build up that tension on the side of Avarice. But these tick throws are coming out now as well. Anji can be pretty good with that. Is it high? Is it low? No, it's throw. Going to pin you down to keep you in the corner. Avarice with some pretty good FDs to try to buy some distance scanning on. But Uber is just on your face right now with this pressure.
Yeah, I just like that. Uber taking it pretty side there. It is so tough to fight Anji back with food pressure on defense, honestly, right? But when I say honest, guys, I'm always usually talking about, do you have an invincible way to punch yourself out? Do you have a mashable, good enough normal to stop them from doing something here? When it comes to Anji, like, you basically are guessing the high-low, but then also there's the fan toss pressure. Definitely not easy. Tough to do for almost any character, especially if you have low life to kind of RPS with it, so... Let's see here how Avarice can start, because once they get that knockdown going, I mean, we've all blocked a few of the good Venoms, hopefully, at this point. You kind of know just how good his left-right options are. He's got great strike throw as well, honestly, because of the command grab on top of it, so... And there it is, a little bit of stinger practice. Then we do get the full pool ball setup, actually, and to immediately run through... Oh, I gotta say, good stuff from Avarice, being comfortable enough to doing that. That dash command throw input, then. Definitely not easy from a dash standpoint. And there is Dark Angel. Probably one of the biggest redeeming qualities of this character in its Strivified version. Definitely lets kind of Venom do whatever he wants on pressure, and even went with it on block. Well, actually, we ended up mashing, so we're going to get through the wall again. Another positive bonus hard knockdown. We mashed back here. Looks like Uber said, all right, enough of this silly, And you know what? I did it twice. How about thrice? And we actually found a way to spin through.
That was a really good answer right there, Uber. Showing you that matchup knowledge, being able to spin right through. I mean, that's the win con, right? So if you're able to just go right through it, that can feel kind of bad. Uber, of course, still only here on a pixel. Getting these throws in, though. One more hit for either player. The wire seat gives you another chance. Uber with the hero burst, getting pinned back. Avarice going out to that Rekka sequence. Very close set, but Uber did spend that burst, so I would count that as a little win. Avarice, if we can slow things down here with that burst advantage, we can probably take it back this game.
Yeah, and I remember hearing Medi last night saying on the Jeekly cast that it's only a hero burst if it doesn't work out. In this case, that was definitely the right call for Uber to take that first round, and we're just seeing so much confidence so far in Eliza Anji options. And I think if we're still holding spin, it'll be fine. We did let go of spin, unfortunately. Oh, sometimes for preemptive spinning doesn't work out the best in our favor. Good jumping options, but yeah, unfortunately, JH from Venom sometimes has some really weird hit angles to it where you're not going to end up getting a full combo after unless the JD was kind of relevant immediately. I've seen a lot of spins so far. I wonder how we'll fight it. And there it is again. Uber just showing us really comfortability when it comes to, like, pulling out the spin, saying you can't just do our Dark Angel for free against me. I'll be curious to see if Avarice can find a way to power out. Because so far, Uber's saying, you know what? Hey, man, you're doing some crazy Venom things to me. I'm not trying to block this place. But boy, oh boy, let me just spin on through the Dark Angel and not deal with it. So, yeah, it's tough. Man, oh man, it's tough. Anji is a character who is doing very well in this season. I think he comfortably finds himself in top 10. You know, could be argued about the spot after that point then, but, you know, high health, high damage, high guts. He's got all the things you need to be able to function in said environment. So, let's see how we go into this game 3 here. Avarice showing us a lot of good stuff so far, but it is Anji Mito. He is inevitable eventually. Oh, a good 2P out, actually. And trying to take that 5D overhead. Basic pool ball setups too. We're gonna get a basic knockdown. Oh, a side switch as well. Will we get the wall break too? No full combo, unfortunately. We actually get a soft reset. This is actually the worst case scenario for Avarice. Oh, and just like that, pretty quick first round going to Uber as well. Uber always showing some mastery on Anji. Incredibly strong player at the Jeekly Academy here. Person back in the corner there says, I am not letting you get your pressure, Mr. Venom. You are not baking me today. Oh, no charge input though. When you do see the you'll see the occasional accidental 2H in some moment. That's almost always a missed charge input. We did miss the micro dash for the super. Venom has so many small intricacies that kind of work against him. That's another great example of it, where sometimes a lot of your super wall breaks, you have to micro dash after what you stick them with. Otherwise, the super will not pick up and pull them off the wall. Just like that, this round is looking pretty Uber, but no full combo though. Fortunate for Avarice. Put Anji back into this thing minigame, and absolutely putting a ball out to mid-screen with that 5P and then hitting it again immediately. You get a perfect angle that'll stop these like high jump IED players and stuff then. So really good there as well. Unfortunately, no full thing might be enough. Yeah, unfortunately, Venom not the highest health bar character in Strive. The length at which Stain now lasts on you, it feels like you stain someone, that thing is on there for the rest of the game at that point. So let's see how our players here will be piloting Zernoz here on Testament. ICookWater on the Andromeda. All right, wait, we gotta get Stained applied and go in as well. And all it takes is one hit to start this game. And just like out of nowhere then, where did ICookWater's HP bar go? We find ourselves running into a lot of options and normals here, but let's see if we get ourselves out with teleport. We do, but Anji can chase pretty darn well with that Fujin cancel Nagiha. No full combo though, unfortunately. Oh my gosh! And a little PRC to stop the cancel option there into throw. Absolutely love that. So far there. Okay. Not so bad. Uber saying this is the best is even, at if that. I will agree to disagree, but you know, I feel it. You play more Anji than I do, so I'll take your word for it for now here. But that side, ICookWater trying to find themselves in. All it takes is one knockdown to get started here for Testamonte. Oh, jump in, air JS counter hit. There we go. Oh, but actually blocks the 5D there. So that's what the 6H starter.
Man, 6H starters are violent. I love hitting people with that button too, Zernoz, but we're getting thrown to start us off. Going for, oh my god, that, no! The RC slowdown extend, well, I don't want to say extended, it just delayed the active frames of that parry super. Zernoz. I do want to give Water some credit though. That is an interesting setup, right? Going for the Rekka into the immediate parry in case you're going ahead and going to super and wake up or press on wake up. Zernoz read the situation with that RC, but hey man, we all get hit by that. What is it, Ganyan? You know how active it is?
31 frames? 31, 32, something like that.
Only?
Yeah, it's only that. Yeah, it's a couple frames of activity there. So, you know, as a biking player who's used to like a 6-7 frame active, or you know, I guess 10 frame now with the change to Biken's parry, 30 has always feels like forever. I must say. So, it's a make a sandwich long, absolutely. So,
yo, if I can make a sandwich in 30 frames, I don't know if I'd be over here TOing, but we got you over here in the corner. Gonna go ahead and burst. Says, hey, I don't want to give up any of this positive bonus, especially after Water spent that red RC. Nice teleport to the other side, but Water was ready with the burst.
There we go. Basic Rin knockdown here so far. Definitely one thing, if people who have been longtime pilots of Anji so far, is that change to Rin overhead. Now always being a hard knockdown on hit, but it's immediate hard knockdown, meaning you cannot RC after to get any extension. I was a big fan of the old Rin RC, but you know, ICookWater showing no problem here with that, using that knockdown, keep pressure going, taking that first round back. It's being able to spin through, doesn't get hit by either part of the setup projectile here. Tries to ID over, great 6P, Testament 6P, we all know it. It's practically named at this point as one of the best buttons in the game for people, but obviously behind Testament. Let's see what we did there. Space Nagiha's let us be a little bit more safe. They have made Nagiha a little bit more punishable now in this current version of Anji, but if it's spaced out correctly, you basically can't do a thing. So
That was a great tech from Zernoz right there. I gotta give Water some credit. Zernoz hitting that backdash, trying to get away from this Anji, but between the spins, between these Rekkas, we are just on you like a fly. It's crazy. 5D connects, not enough to kill. Water spends that parry on hit of the 5D, and we're close enough for that super hard knockdown. Guess for game here.
What a good hold up. I wasn't sure if it was gonna wall break as well, and man, getting that off of the parry as Anji feels so good, because getting into positive after spending 50 is definitely the place you want to be in. Really good stuff to Zernoz for fighting back. It's just like, you have to show this Anji that you are not afraid, which is he's another, and great 2P bashing out there to break through the fake Fujin setup option. I have to say, Zernoz showing us a lot of comfortability on this testament so far. Wires the off and saying, nope, I can chomp right back. Stay in that corner, Mr. Mito. See, spinning through so far, and yeah, unfortunately, swinging these like long recovery normals against Anji is tough, but just like that, we found our way back in despite getting hit, and just like that, Zernoz taking this second game, bringing us to 1-1 each. Really good stuff here. And a lot of times I try to say, hey, you know, try to catch this Anji at the end of their recovery of spin, but sometimes just like playing the space you're comfortable in, waiting for them to come to you, and then choosing your time that you want to send it against them. They may not be ready. A lot of Anjis find themselves being very comfortable with spin as their neutral choice. So a very good first spot to fight it. So let's see who takes this game 3.
And Zernoz does have some options to some pretty strong round starts. Right there, we kept it fairly safe, just trying to get that distance back. But again, Water is not going to let you get it for free unless you're spending bursts, unless you're getting these counter hits like we're seeing right here. Zernoz going to take you across the screen and getting that stain applied. That's a lot of damage. Water spending that burst. Zernoz was still able to go for the crow, but didn't have an angle because of the succubi not being present. Teleporting around, Water still fighting you back, still very active, and in fact going to walk you down to the corner with these throws.
Oof. And just like that, we've all let Anji get away with murder, we feel like, with a jump, a little jump reset option there too into that throw. We find ourselves like, okay, I'm gonna press on this next one, and that's when they end up making it a real meaty, taking our life bar and that first round for Cook, but does block the Rin on the actual Fujin cancel. Good stuff for Zernoz. Anti-air fireball. It's pretty decent corner carry then, as well as the hard. Ooh, and the wall stick. Another one. Absolutely. Arbiter sign, my beloved. If no one got me. Stuff there, and we just find. Oh, once again, Zernoz just like we see a lot of spin pressure so far here from ICook, and absolutely Zernoz just playing a lot more like patiently and just kind of letting ICookWater come to them. So much of fighting Anji is how are you gonna deal with spin? If you are never sure how to fight with Anji, ask yourself, how do I deal with spin? And that is your first place to start it there. So good stuff from Zernoz. I'm back so far here. Oh, and a little shimmy wimmy. Man, having access to the health bar you do as Anji and how tanky he is makes it so easy. And here we go. First succubus super, then basically wall break from anywhere if we want it. We will not, unfortunately. Oh, but actually no wall break this time, I say. We don't quite break it. There is that parry super again on a potential mash option. End of our meter down. We are back to 50 again. Oh my gosh. Surely this time we're going through. And we are. Positive bonus for Cook. This is so close. Oh, and a still teleport. Ooh. Okay, I got hit. And it's so kind of tough to keep an eye on of where the succubus, where the imps are kind of at that certain point. And so, and depending on kind of what charge they do on the fireball, it'll kind of keep the imp either behind you or in front of you for that teleport option then. So, definitely good stuff here from Zernoz then. Just really like masterfully piloting this testament, I must say. So, you know, Anji is no easy character to fight off of you. The high health bar makes it sometimes where you feel like, I've hit this guy like 10 times now. Why is he still breathing? So, definitely tough there, but ICookWater shows that they are no slouch as well to Anji. Good air throw to answer to the ko. Go, little arbiter again. A combo that is allowed when you do have the stain going. Another throw, OTG with Fujin. Seen a lot of OTG Fujin options with our throws here. Oh, we run right into 6H again. We've been here before. Unfortunately, we were in the tumble state where we weren't quite comparable anymore from that. Starts just kind of playing that zoning game right now. And there's a ring of throw. No RC for the kill though. Should still have pressure. Great throw again. Good stuff, Zernoz. Sometimes you don't get Don't recognize you have the meter for that kill, but keeping your pressure going is really all that matters. And there's a great round start spin by Cook saying, "Hey, hold on, I'm not quite out of this quite yet." 6H catching the toes as well. Good jump option. We might actually caught, I don't think we caught spin recovery there. Very nice stuff here as well from Zernoz again. Potentially not a wall break unless we get the full combo here. Oh, but burst off absolutely here. Our life bar is bleeding if we are Cook. RC to keep the combo going. We definitely want the wall stick and to break here. Now we are going to have to play neutral against Testament, which can be a little tough for Anji to kind of navigate. See what they do. Oh my god, it spin does not quite. Once again, unfortunately, our crow does not pick up. We tried to send it with... we maybe thought Zernoz was going to kind of walk back, so sending it with that Nagiha cancel low. UberCheesecake versus our Floofle. And let's see... Good old Anji versus Happy Chaos, and now when I was playing Anji a lot more, it was definitely against a better version of Happy Chaos, and I used to despise playing this matchup fairly well, but one thing Anji has never really been short of in any of his versions is damage, so, you know, I have to say, despite how kind of silly he can be sometimes in piloting, if he hits you, it's gonna hurt, and so Floofle having not a lot of HP to work with HC, maybe sure he pilots us pretty well, but so far, blocking that Nagi has started that close, especially pretty good, and a pretty quick first round here, I have to say. Not too bad, both bursts being spent down, but Uber ready getting back. There's one element I have to give to the Happy Chaos players, is they do build a metric ton of burst meter for their opponent, so which I'm thankful for as someone who doesn't pilot Happy Chaos, but I can definitely understand the complaint. There's a little Goomba stomp there, and actually recognizing the wall stick too. And they're gonna get a hard knockdown with the super spin. Still half concentration, so great meter usage so far. All the bullets back. No true spin into shot combo there. But unfortunately, he's still in a great spot if you are the HC. We will have to block some Anji though. Okay, a little Rin RC for a close slash meaty option. Then great block on the overhead. Once again, no full combo, but just like that, a basic mix after lets Floofle take this first game pretty quickly. Like, you know, Happy Chaos definitely is not the biggest dispenser when it comes to damage in this version. Like, it takes a pretty specific route on top of also having a little bit of, the tension built up there as well, so risk, sorry. So like it definitely requires a certain setup there, but just showing that they're piloting it very well, very safely, and honestly just blocking a couple of these overheads from Uber. So I'm sure Uber can adjust. They are piloting the Mito. See what they can do here in this game too.
We got this knockdown. We got the crow on top of you, trying to jump in both of our players, but Floofle has that charge shot point blank, man, gunning you down, going for that no scope. We got this meter to get the focus back. Uber doesn't want to let you do that for free. Shoots you back with the burst, trying to get something started here, but even that whiff 2S is kept safe with the gunshot. Uber's going to be sent through here, but it is a soft knockdown, and we do have tension on the other side.
Absolutely. With that tension, we spent it on a little Nagiha RC. Our stun dipper at home. Good option here so far. Great corner, great round. Floofle really showing a lot of strong Happy Chaos piloting. Like, this is not a character that you just pick up and play. Like, it will require some time. It will require a lot of lab work. It will require a lot of just, like, figuring out when am I allowed to press on defense against things that don't have a reversal to work with. So, really good stuff. But so far, Uber here showing a pretty strong round 2. Does spend the burst to get their turn back as well. Great backdash in the corner there to fight back. We find our loving arms right into the Anji close slash. Such an active, strong button for them. Unfortunately, this is not going to combo. I think it just fell out. It does. And unfortunately, Anji has such long recovery on his super that even though you did drop it there, you're pretty much guaranteed to be hit if your opponent is looking at the screen. It hits him right back, puts him through the wall. Positive bonus. Not where you want to be if you are Uber right now. Let's see if this routing can put us through again. Another super. Our concentration's a little bit low. And just enough, doesn't matter. Is enough to kill even through that Japanese guts. 2 games so far to Floofle. Uber definitely showing some strong piloting once they are kind of taking their turn then, but you know, it is not easy to block Happy Chaos. You know, we've all dealt with some roll mix-up. We've all dealt with the 5D gunshots then. You know, occasionally our toes get clipped after multiple 2K2Ds. Uber definitely showing us a lot of strength, a lot of skill, but Floofle showing us that they are here to play. That they are ready to pilot this gunslinger. So we're going into our third game here. See how Uber bounces back.
Got to bounce back now. I think Uber is locked in on this Anji, so it wasn't like we could have swapped to another character if we wanted to, but I think the Anji would be just fine against this HC. We've been doing some good stuff here against Floofle, but I gotta give the Floofle, we saw them earlier in the bracket, and they were just playing very strong. We saw them in Jeekly Academy 17, and now here they are against Uber, getting this pickup, getting this wall splat. Cheesecake will have some tension here on the other side, and that's saving us with these soft knockdowns. We can get in with these jump-ins like you're seeing right here. Gonna red RC to turn this one into some corner carry, possibly a wall break. Couldn't unfortunately keep that one going after the JD, and Floofle's gonna steal that corner with the roll and then shoot you through instead.
Able to get 2 bullets reloaded before that wall break there, just showing a lot of comfortability on how much time they have to work with certain wall sticks then. And yeah, we were just kind of giving us like an example here that despite, you know, people thinking Anji's easy to pilot, a lot of its combos are very specific, like not only wall spacing on a level, but also like at what point you're choosing to do the air JD. You know, I guess the weight of that can definitely cause a lot of misguidance there, but just as I'm saying that, Floofle already knocking Uber through the wall. We said it with immediate IED. I can respect it. We're saying take this hard knockdown. Good fight back on the wire, so you have to be comfortable with using resources like that when you have a character that doesn't have an invincible reversal back. Ooh, gets hit on the 6S counter hit. Might be enough with the guard crushes. It is just barely that last shot into the wall break. We go immediately into our next set. We got Chartreuse back here on the Ramlethal, and Zernoz with the Testament. Very excited to see how these 2 mid-range characters duke it out here.
I remember when Testament first came out, it was very doomer from the community in terms of this matchup. It's, you know, this specific, the way that their far/normals interact with each other, but Testament's gotten a lot of love since then, able to do this set play zoning better than most. Chartreuse, however, not going to let you get that chance. Going to get a counter hit, bursting you back before the kickflip comes out, and that's a really good way to answer that kickflip, right, Ganyan, with that H Reaper zoning you out of the sky.
Absolutely. H Reaper, such a great tool for so many options. Even if you aren't even anti-airing with it, just giving you another option to potentially make teleport now a relevant thing to look out for as the aggressor against Testament. Zernoz fighting back with that magic pixel there. Really, all Chartreuse needs is 1 hit, but we are now in the Testament mini game. How will you find your way back in? Went for a held crow throw here. Not quite. Oh, we just swing through. That could have genuinely went either way. Both players would have definitely died with 1 swing there. Good stuff, Chartreuse, for piling that very well. Oh, 2K2 doesn't reach after the Daru punish attempt. Watch your toes. Here comes the Arbiter sign. Great use so far. Oh, we actually swung into the imp spot there. Chartreuse, I'm not sure if they were quite ready for teleport or just looking to stop them from that point. Didn't have a sword toss to break. We actually recognized that after. Went for super after. Good stuff, I must say. Back, we recover in time. We do. 5K, such a quick, active, but also quick recovery button.
Yeah, and that is a pretty slow super. It is Mortabato at home. Nice throw, though. The 6H startup a little too long to be doing that one, meaty. Chartreuse going to get a nice counter hit. Daro confirmed. That's a very, you know, intermediate to high level mechanic right there on that Ramlethal. A nice execution check. Going to try to get him with that throw, but Zernoz going for this H Reaper. A little too high charge, so we didn't get the OTG, but it pays off because we get the 2K. Evened up here in the rounds in this very first game.
Yeah, and you can feel Chartreuse was, you know, trying to find that spot to be able to potentially kind of hit confirm it there. But yeah, if you ever block Daro, that is the end of Ram pressure, and you should be able to punish it with a lot of, like, you know, quick active pokes. So really good stuff from Zernoz to be able to take that 3rd round, fighting back with 2K2D to get out here. As I'm trying to even explain my thoughts, Zernoz already bleeding health here, couldn't quite pick up off of the stained application. Oh my gosh, and what a great use of BRC slowdown into a 5K into throw. Chartreuse just really comfortably piloting some elements of this matchup, you know, like not letting Testament get away with free teleports, not letting Testament, you know, really kind of start their mini game of, oh, I'm staying now, I should be afraid. And I love the use of BRC there, really kind of just like held down the neutral for them so they can kind of react to whatever option they choose to do. Really good stuff. Zernoz kind of sitting off the cab here for a sec. Do we have another character ready to go? Millia Rage.
You know what's cool? We want some Jeek lore here, I'll tell you. So the first character I picked up when I started playing this game was actually Millia, and then I swapped the Testament on release. So pretty so this is you know, Zernoz going backwards, it seems, and obviously two very different characters. You know, it's Zernoz going to try to get in on top of this Ramlethal, who has some pretty good air-to-airs, but if you're high enough, you can get on top of her vertically. And I mean, damn, right now we're just running this pressure. Chartreuse trying to spend some of the specials in the corner to get out. Doing that Daro confirm again. Zernoz knows what that feels like, regardless of the character we're on. Bursts you back, tries to get back on top, and the close slash pays off.
Yeah, one thing I have to say already from Zernoz is like their testament looked great, but there's some level of comfortability I'm seeing already on Millia. You can tell this is probably who they started with as well. You're just seeing like this kind of established, like, I'm gonna play this space, and then I want you to come at me, and then I'm gonna react to kind of what you're choosing to do. I'm gonna look for a whiff punish option with these big Ram normals. I just really like what I've seen so far with this Millia pilot then too, but unfortunately we've all whiffed a button in front of Ram and also took ourselves not only our health bar, but while we were at the corner of the screen on nowhere, just like that, a little sword toss PRC. All Ram players beloved. Then look at that risk gauge is building up like crazy. Fighters out of that corner, and they do. Oh, unfortunately we get sniped out of the sky. No full pickup though, because we didn't quite have the sword ready quite yet. Combo here, fires ourselves in the corner. Oh no, we were pressing on the close slash 2H starter. Our health bar evaporated, but only has one sword, so damage was a little bit lower. Just been enough to take it, but Zernoz still in it. Air counter hit JH, full rowdy. We don't break the wall. I do like that choice, but give him a chance to YRC. Oh, and there's the tricky mix-up then. Ramlethal showing Millia, hey, thanks for showing me what you got. Can I copy your homework, buddy?
Just make it a little different, Chartreuse.
Make it a little different.
But Zernoz gonna get caught with that. Man, dude, Chartreuse so good with that Daro confirm, you know. It's guys, that's far slash counter hitting into 623P. That's not easy to execute, man, but Chartreuse been hitting them every time, it feels like. Zernoz trying to get in with that run in 2K. Pretty good answer to whiff punish some of these normals, but look, if you got to keep those meaties not true, those throws are going to come out. The YRC is going to get Zernoz thrown back here afterwards. Spending our own YRC back. We're very active with these defensive mechanics.
Yeah, you got to be active when you're fighting characters of this much volatility. Great block on the turtle fall through. One of the hardest parts against Millia is just genuinely guessing where she's going to be after doing that stuff. Am I getting hit by the projectile side switch? Am I getting hit by Millia? Switches over here. Oh, we got such a scratch situation here. Oh my gosh, both players. Next hit will do it. And there's that cross through again. Oh, it drops it. Wait, oh, I think Ram got the hit. She does with the retreating to S. But Zernoz so close in taking that game too. It does go to Chartreuse, but like I'm really liking what I'm seeing with this Millia so far. And Chartreuse kind of also showing that for the most part they are kind of struggling to stop it once they get going. That blender we've all been in against Millia can be spooky, but still holding on just true there. We're sticking with the Millia. I like it a lot as well. So I'm sure we can kind of get a couple more knockdowns there, make a couple better routing options too. But in fairness, Chartreuse, they're blocking. You know, they are seeing some of this Millia stuff and they're holding out. Should we go into this game 3? 6P hits, immediate burst bend. I like it. Get it rolling right away. Don't let Ram get started.
We're getting this S sword applied. Nice block on that cross up. At this point, it's a layer 1, that season 4 Ramlethal setup, but still catches all of us off guard. I'll include myself on that one. Nice throw pressure coming out from Chartreuse, playing the grappler Ramlethal out here, but just like that, that S sword gets the pickup, gets us the perfect, puts us on set point, and with that burst lead, we're looking pretty good here on this winner side.
We absolutely are. This is such a scary spot to be in against a character as strong as Ram. He finds himself in the corner. Here comes that first sword. We chose backdash, unfortunately. Probably not intended. But yeah, its sword's just too active enough to be able to get through it at that point. Trying to find ourselves off to get ourselves started. All we need is one knockdown to play the Millia minigame. Drew says, I don't want to play it. I got burst still. Zernoz answers immediately back once again. This is definitely a battle who can be active first and foremost. And I liked actually the basic FD there just to see what are you going to do. They end up getting hit by the disc itself. Some positive bonus for Milia. Great JP usage then by Chartreuse. Flips himself in. Oh, and we actually get a Daru starter, and it's enough to take it. And then they mash, and then your health bar is crying. But hey, nothing wrong with playing some Leo into Anji. A used to be an absolutely doomed, maybe even one of the most 7-3 matchups of Guilty Gear Strive, where old Anji did not have a way to safely leave Fujin. So you would press Fujin against Leo, and you're getting DP. So much better space right now. Anji can fight back a lot more than he's ever been able to. So let's see how ICookWater pilots that there. Unfortunately, no full pickup off of the RC, but we do get a little 2K into Fujin action here. Will Koka spend the burst before going through the wall? But he'll go through the wall as well. Hard knockdown. DPs him off, says, no dancing here, dancing man. There. Oh my gosh, our health bar.
Burst, that may pay. Oh no! I was about to say, saving the burst may pay off a little bit of spaghetti over there just a moment ago. The whiff command grab into the deflect shield into the gold burst. But it looks like water is going to take that round. But it's flowing out of my pockets right now, Ganyon. It's all over the floor.
And what a sequence that we found ourselves in there. That's what I love about Guilty Gear Strive then. We always think there's one less option left, and then the gold burst comes ripping too. Good stuff here from Koka. Not letting less one there. And there it is. The wake up parry says, hold on, hold on, hold on. I can fight back too at these moments as well. Unfortunately with Anji parry, it basically sends people full screen. But definitely not a lot of Oki options you can get after there. So 50 to do nothing. Oh, we are in some Leo blenders right now. Watch your toes. Oh, we do get the we get super. We do. It should be a round for Koka. Answer right back. Absolutely. One apiece for rounds. Going into round 3 of our first game of loser's side. See there, H-Fish able to spin right through. There's that fish. Fish really giving Anji so much to work with here. You know, one of those characters who was luckily to be graced by a new special move. Season 3, 2D knockdown here. No lows. Watch your toes. Burst off me, so we are not trying to block Leo if we don't have to. Oh, and what a backdash! I kind of like what Water was going for, unfortunately. On that point, and yeah, just because he get it, he's the king. OTG super. Goes through the wall, hard knockdown. Oh, great 2P mash out to 6H. And spun right through the DP. I love it. Once again, getting access to that fish, hard knockdown. Water says, I'm not out of this yet. And quite split into the, oh my god, the fireball. Oh, both players here so worried. ICookWater, you could tell they were so afraid to press something because it's Leo, right? He's got that flash kick. We did one far slash wait again, tried another one, and that's when the DP can come in. I always thought this was going to be it right here after we end up spinning into a little bit too early into the H fireball. But it ended up working out just perfectly for Koka to keep his pressure going. And honestly, could have gone either way for that first game. Game 2 here coming up. Let's see how Water adjusts.
Yeah, Koka's been very strong, especially executing those back turn sequences. Really likes that 2S round start. We got to see if Water's going to have the answer to that one. But I don't see anyone dunk as much as Koka does. She loves using that option. Great job using that guard point on the jump in as well. Able to get that OTG back turn S into the super. Great execution on this Leo. Very strong start to this game too.
Incredibly strong, I have to say. Hitting that full combo route too. You know, there's definitely some M sequences and M segments of knowing, you know, what route to do based on your hit. Getting an air guard point follow up counter hit, I'm sure it has some fix to it. So great stuff, Koka piloting what they need to do there. As we're going into this second round, find ourselves on defense as the Leo player. Went for a more charged Fujin as the meaty to try to catch some, you know, wake up options. And there, and get a BRC into close slash. Sometimes when we were looking for a YRC and BRC graced us in a better place, honestly. Not too sad as the defender tried to jump in with JH. But jumped into my spinning arms. Oh, we gotta look out for that 2D. He's in the sky, but he hits your knees. And that should be a Koka game too if a super comes out. It does. There it is. And yeah, what you're really feeling right now is like water is so close to being able to like close these out then, but just this is the king right here. Like, you know, a lot of these Fujin nothings I'm assuming are probably to bait out some DP options here, but Koka really kind of holding on to these DPs for a lot of the right moments. Like we haven't really seen like a baited DP fully quite yet. So definitely great stuff to Koka for picking the right moments to use it, but also like, you know, good on water for trying to get the Leo to do it. You have to get DP character to give it to you and then make them feel it after. So game 3 here, I'm sure water can find a way.
Koka does have some options to dash up 2Ks and such on the round start. We were representing that 2S a lot. Water's got you in the corner to start us off though, and that far slash out of from Koka there can be a niche normal. Water finally gets that burst bait up, but unfortunately the Rekka puts us into the corner with Koka's burst. Run up parry is a very aggressive option there, probably trying to do a hard call out on that DP, still chipping away on this Leo, but we're going back and forth. This is a very scrappy game so far.
It really is. And these are two characters, like I said, who like can kind of like spend their health bar really as a resource. You know, like they have so much to work with between all of the defensive modifiers, but the guts levels that they have, like both characters are just allowed to RPS and use that health bar accordingly. So, you know, both players swinging here. Koka ends up taking that first round of this game 3. You know, Water definitely showing some really good stuff, but for the most part here, this has been mostly Koka all the time. Deflection ends up helping, but unfortunately right into the loving arms of Mr. White Fang. You weren't joking when you said Koka is a command throw enthusiast here. Definitely showing us a lot of the strength of all the tools that Leo has at his belt, even the lesser used ones. And there it is. There's that back turn P. One of the best anti-airs in the game. And just as I'm finishing that point, Koka showing us a very, very quick game 3 here. It definitely has opportunity to shine. Let's see how Avarice pilots this. Unfortunately, immediate jump over JP's for pressure gets that burst spent out. Once again, both players are going to be wanting to do their pressure more than the other. So let's see it there, a little stinger action. This is such a great spot for them to be in. If you're at this spot, basically full screen, but your opponent's back's at the wall, you now get access to the ability to use the bounce from half to full charged H stinger balls to work the way back. So you can hit them again, split the balls. You can get back shots basically when it comes to the strike element of the projectile. Like this character is at such a different like tier of strength when he's in that spot. But fire ourselves our own back to the corner right now. Oh, and there it is. Baby has been rocked, Jeek.
Yeah, for real though, NoobiBoobi, I've just been watching in silence over here because we have mix, man. We're doing some cool stuff here, and able to confirm that that 6H hit with the return yo-yo. This is some high-level stuff we're seeing from the Bridget. 2S is going to take this first round, but you were talking about those stinger balls earlier. Avarice is going to have an easy time keeping this Bridget full screen if they are trying to force their yo-yos. You're going to have to dash block just like the rest of us. Sometimes it can be hard to get that yo-yo set for free. If you set it like you're seeing right here, as long as you block that ball that comes up right after, then you're going to have a bad time. You see what we're seeing right here. Finally gets that scoop from full screen. Avarice playing really strong right now.
And that's one of those elements where that super does have a vacuum effect for all the active balls that are still on the screen, and you can get clipped as it comes behind you, and it'll actually pull you into it. So for a second there, I'm like, what are we doing the super for? And then I saw our Avarice showing that they are totally comfortable on what tools they have available to them. I love that option to take that round here. Oh, but unfortunately, we actually got hit by the frame trap from the 6K, which doesn't let the command grab option work here for Avarice. Finds himself in a corner right now. This is spooky. We should be okay life bar wise, but no wall break actually. Might actually work in a better favor for Avarice. 6P's him out of the sky. Ball knocked down. Oh, a little cheeky back hit to make that jump in real. Oh my gosh. Avarice here showing us a lot of great piloting so far from this Venom, and you have to play this character at any kind of level. Then if you are not comfortable with all of your tools, but a block wire, see, we weren't quite ready for it. Oh, but the blue wall cell ends up frame trapping ourselves to be able to take that first round. NoobiBoobi is a little bit shocked by that working too, I have to say. Both players piloting their characters incredibly well, right?
Yeah, no, this is hopefully going to be a close set. I love how close this first game has been. Definitely some scrambly moments here because this Bridget can be very fast point blank. Of course, we know her for those long range normals with the far slash and 5H, but Avarice is very quick, very high APM when we're in your face. Definitely representing a lot of Rock the Baby. I meant NoobiBoobi, by the way. But when Avarice does get you that full screen with those stinger balls, I mean, what was it? We were looking at 20 seconds of zoning at one point. So Noobie's going to have to start figuring out that dash block. Going to have to stop, you know, representing maybe that 214 S and H a little more. And Avarice is going to have to do a better job of keeping those angled balls, keeping this Bridget full screen.
Absolutely. I once heard a statement about Axel players that Axel players would win more if they stopped getting so bored while they're zoning. I think a lot of the same level of strength can happen when it comes to Venom, where like if you just force your opponent to deal with Stinger, like make them show you that they can get around it, right? It's such an incredibly powerful tool, and Ava's showing a really good pickup. Honestly, oh, and we were so worried about the balls, we weren't even ready for the command grab to come through. Unfortunately, no pickup, but actually ends up working better for this case. You know, that command grab, it really does scale the damage unless you can get the smaller pool balls to hit and interact based on the combo. Really good stuff by Avarice here, taking that first round. I gotta say, this is an incredibly well-structured Venom so far. And there that is, getting those balls kind of half screen, being able to hit it with another stinger, basically gives you this like high-low coverage from full screen corner there. It's really hard to approach if you were on the defensive side. And that JS, so good from the sky into a half-charged Q5, giving the HKD, but Boobi fighting back. Oh, into immediate back throw. Oh no. We've all been there. The back throw incident. Fighting back with some JSs as well. Oh, but no full pickup. We tried to actually hit him out of the air with the close slash. Went crazy if that ended up working for Avarice. Respectable here.
I mean, Noobie is so active, man, with these jump-ins. We're doing a lot of JD, a lot of JP. We gotta go ahead and close out this round with that far slash. When Noobie does get in on you and does have that bit of burst meter, we're using it on that wild assault, and that was a good option there if it means you confirm the round. We're not too far behind in terms of that resource. But dude, I gotta give some credit to Avarice. I think we're seeing a lot of these Rock the Babies just because of how well we are blocking that high-low.
Yeah, Avarice really showing some great defense, and this is one of those characters, once again, where, like, you have to fight back, you know, honestly, if you will, in Guilty Gear. So, being able to actually comfortably block when you're piloting a character such as Venom, super, super important. Actually, unfortunately, get some of our extended hurt box with Stinger hit there on the jump-in. Stinger's a great option, but when someone's above you, all of a sudden you start, you get the William Dafoe looking up in the sky meme there out of nowhere. Said there, positive bonus, both health bars absolutely blinky, but we actually get a far screen will be pressed here. Likely a full combo would do it. We don't get the full pickup. Oh, and unfortunately, because we didn't get that full combo pickup, deflection ends up getting us the space into immediate stinger, letting Avarice take that game too, 1-1 apiece. And like I said, when it comes to playing these characters, you have to be comfortable with the mechanics the system gives you. So being ready with the deflect shield to stop that entrance actually totally killed the momentum of Blue Wild Assault as well. Really good stuff there. It's one of those moments where Blue Wild Assault has this really interesting like momentum element to it, where I feel like when I played any red or white Wild Assault characters, I don't really experience this, but like certain normals, depending on when you cancel into Blue Wild Assault, you just won't carry momentum. And that was definitely one of those moments, I feel like. So tough stuff for Noobie. Definitely a good call, but Avarice was right there answering back. Going into game 3 here. Both players kind of taking that full space from each other. We are now in the zoning minigame for Mr. Venom. Burst says, Noobie says, I don't want to deal with that anymore. Full sense it with the shoot. I love it.
Nice. Able to get that JS eventually. Oh, and a nice angled roll. A little bit of air stall between holding up and the JD delaying you a bit. Able to get on Avarice. Able to use this Rock the Baby. Noobie does have meter on the other side to use for mix potentially, or to scooter in. We're going to do it on the BRC, but great back throw punish there from Avarice going immediately into this Dark Angel. You're going to have to wake up into that. Oh, because it OTG'd Ganyon, Robokai came out and then actually still got us the wall break.
Yeah, and I have to say, one of my favorite things about playing Venom has absolutely been, what can I do? What tomfoolery will Dark Angel give to me in this game? Oh, we tried a delayed JD. We actually could have potentially been ready for as there the BSC. But Dark Angel, if nobody got me, I know Dark Angel got me. I know I need to go get my Run Oki shirt from Lord Knight with the new Dark Angel thing on there, because that was so well played then. You know, like I said before, there is definitely no reversal option against Venom. But if you got 50 and you don't want to you want to see what your opponent does to it, Dark Angel is absolutely worth ripping. So great stuff there. As I'm saying that, basic knockdown from NoobiBoobi. They are absolutely fighting back. These Rock the Babies have been hitting almost like 100% hit rate. A little too plus actually for that one. Funnily enough, into a PRC cancel. Lets the strike end up hitting. There we go.
Man, dude,
oh, and jump again.
I love that dash JP, bro. It's angled, it's quick, it's a good answer. Avarice gonna go ahead and get this wall break off of that command grab setup, though. You were saying earlier, Daniel, not a lot of damage, but hell, you get that positive bonus to fight back against this Bridget. She's gonna get in and spend a lot of tension here, but that Rock the Baby secures the round. Good stuff to close it out. Avarice unfortunately didn't get a chance to use that positive bonus, but the resources are even now. We're going to this last round, even games all across the screen. Noobie's gonna start us off with that back throw.
Absolutely. Burst himself back again in the corner. And once again, this is such a great Venom spot to be in. Yeah, once again, this character feels like a grappler sometimes when the access to that command grab and his ability to corner carry and do basically whatever he wants after it. Pretty cool. Definitely one of the most unique moves in the game, I will say. Oh, and a little twist ended up hitting, so unfortunately Rock maybe would not have whiffed, but I love the recognition and being willing to just to spend the meter to PRC and make it still your turn. Good stuff so far, Boobi. And like I said before, we are sending when now Dark Angel out.
Your Robocop's getting a lot of screen time, Ganion.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Robokai covers so much. This character has so much visual noise, you feel like. All you need is that first hit of, or any part of the hit of Dark Angel to come out for Kai to activate. And so you genuinely love there. I'm wondering if they were trying to maybe burst Avarice on the way in, but one thing about Dark Angel is that even if you hit Venom, it does not go away. So you have to be very, very careful how you RPS your resources against this character, because Dark Angel is indefinite. The only way to really get rid of it is to block it out or to shoot it with a super base projectile. So I would be curious to see if we see NoobiBoobi maybe bop out a whatever the Roger Super is. I forget the name of that one, but yeah, that one I believe will let her kill the projectile through it. So, but the angles could potentially miss. So I'm curious if they'll end up coming out here. Oh, and a great double 6P usage so far into a little left, right, high, low. Man, if you ever get hard knocked down by Venom, you are basically taking a 2 to 4-way mix-up depending on the situation. And there's that 5H tumble, which will let the Kai pick up for the hard knockdown. Great throw tech by Noobie though.
Man, Avarice is doing some high-level stuff here. Noobie showing you every jump normal in Bridget's kit. We've seen literally everyone at this point, and they all have specific answers and benefits. Gonna get on top of you with this one, but finally, Avarice catching on saying, you may have rocked the baby me 12 times, but it won't be 13. It's paying off. We're gonna take you all the way across the screen to the mid. Back down with that JP. Great jailback option, and with this command grab, we're gonna put ourselves on set point.
Avarice just looking so comfy when he's able to fight a character that can't kill him in 2 to 3 interactions here. Definitely letting Venom get a little bit more time to set up and play his mini game. And once again, and honestly, just taking advantage of more defensive options on their wake up here. Backdashing a few things now from Noobie. And unfortunately, all those balls in the sky, we did hit Venom out here. And this should actually hit the heart. Yep, absolutely. Lets them get a set, but immediately into a stinger into Dark Angel. What's going to be our option? We jump in. We actually made it over. Oh my god, the Roger dive actually got around it. So good by Noobie.
And I was actually kind of scared there, Ganion, because I did see the Dark Angel lingering on the screen with those far-reaching 5Hs and far slashes. I wonder if Noobie was actually going to trigger it, but pays off here. Able to use that Roger Super. Very good at taking out those projectiles, therefore those purple balls. We're going to catch you with that 5P, getting on top with that 236S PRC. That's some high-level Bridget play right there. Noobie's going to even up the rounds, but still set point for Avarice. Be saying, I'm not out of here yet. I don't care what kind of mix you got for me. Absolutely. Now, I will say one thing about doing the full ball set when you are Venom, it does give you a lot of options to cover things, but you kind of sacrifice your ability to mix to be able to do it. There, and oh, unfortunately, Kai will come out here, and it's still an active hitbox, but we get hit. DP's off. There's that first DP we've seen. I think this whole set. Hard knockdown here. Some basic carry. Unfortunately, no full pickup that we sent the Scoot as well. Now we have to deal with potential mix. We're going to go for the corner carry. Oh, it does clip here. Oh my gosh, but because it OTG'd. Oh my god, Robokai.
Oh, RoboKai just shot Bridget out of the sky, even with a connecting DP. And Koka actually bringing out the happy chaos. Have we seen him play this before?
Yeah, no, this is her 6th character, dog.
Let's go!
This is her
Koka,
6th
my
damn
goat.
character, dude.
I'll see you on the Elite Four. I'll see you on Victory Road, Koka. You and me will be there. So I'm on the journey to hit 6 as well. Very impressive stuff. Let's see how they pilot this Happy Chaos 2S round start. Is a great round start choice for Happy Chaos as well. Not spinning burst immediately to take the turn back against Anji. A little Goomba stomp out. Koka saying, you better show me some real stuff here, Uber. I ain't giving you my burst for free. Positive bonus, but no hard knockdown. Anji already having 50 just for her existing. One of the benefits of playing a high health character in this version of the game. Good stuff so far here from Koka. Oh, and honestly, the 2K, let them low profile the jump in. Be able to throw immediately after. A little, and happy that my first Happy Chaos combo with the close slash 6K gunshot route. Honestly, a pretty easy combo to hit. Does spend a lot of concentration. So you gotta be a little bit careful about routing choices there. But just as I was talking, Koka taking that first round on their 6th character, like you said. Really impressive stuff.
And she's the jack of all trades out here. Just goes into each match pressing random, I suppose, because we did do well in the Leo versus the Anji, but I guess we're just flexing a bit with the Happy Chaos. Of course, you can't flex too much and get too comfortable against a player like UberCheesecake, one of the favorites to make it through in this graduation. Already doing very well in this round. Going to get out with that YRC back throw. Koka's going to have some good defense to come back in this round, but you won't be able to quite yet. We're going to seal it up. The burst is even. We're going to this last one of game 1.
Absolutely. You know, and I just looked back in the chat to confirm again, and I did remember seeing Uber saying, HC made me quit the game when he came out as well. And I'm wondering if Koka read that message and said, I got functional HC. Let me bust that out real quick for this top 8 set. So really, really good stuff here. And honestly impressive, I must say, for Koka. Oh, unfortunately, Uber piloted into a bit of a Rin RC moment. I feel like if you've been playing Anji for a while, you've been very used to that working. So it has been a little bit here, and Koka pretty much taking a strong first game. Though Uber definitely showing that they are more than comfortable when they get their mini game going. So a little bit of adjustments then. I'm sure we'll be seeing a very close back and forth between these here. My real question is once Uber does, if and when they can take a game, will Koka stay on the HC? Probably not. It feels like anytime they've lost a game, they've almost always done the swap. So I am kind of excited to see how the Pokedex unravels here. But yeah, honestly, some basic routing is all they really need to get going. See how this round start goes. A little 2S and nothing. Oh, we actually throw them out of the Nagia. Wasn't quite active yet. Immediate burst, taking it there. Space Nagia though. Oh, and the 5P! One of the best 5Ps in the game, I must say, at anti-earring. It's incredible. It almost feels like a 6P how often it works like that. But go out of the sky. Can't really get a combo off that hit, unfortunately, but hey, we'll take the pressure regardless. There it is. There's the hop throw. Koka not really giving me the I like to mash 2P on block kind of player, so definitely good to represent those hops against people who respect you a lot more. We are now sent full screen, unfortunately. This is a mini game. If you've been playing for a while, you've been here against HC. It's in the worst version it's ever been in. But Koka just showing us they have comfortability and understanding of how to pick up no matter what the hit they're getting. This is really impressive, I must say, from her.
Nice counter hitter from Cheesecake. It's got this HC in the corner, but she's doing such a good job of doing just that simple jump, Goomba Stomp, jump, gunshot, just getting out of that corner every time we can. Cheesecake's going to have to jail down this HC a little bit harder if we're going to keep that pressure running, but we're going to get the counter hit from the other side. We got Cheesecake, unfortunately, a dropped close slash, but we're building the tension. We got 50 to spend with. Maybe a fast throw RC gunshot will be in the future, but it's going to be the YRC after Uber did a good job of getting out.
Yeah, here we see again. And there we go. There it is. Close slash Cheesecake gunshot. That was the first Happy Chaos combo I learned as well. We all start with something. It's yeah, impressive to see Koka really show, and they just have like a lot of options in the tool chest. And I think in a game like this, with how volatile certain matchups can be, heck, even if you know the comfortability of your opponent in some way, you can really take advantage of everything that has to offer. From a kit such as HC's, incredible stuff. Going into game 3 here, I really do believe that Uber has it in them. be able to find that power up, go a little Super Saiyan, and show them the strength of Anji Mito. Definitely easier said than done, though. Koka's really honestly just showing good defense in general, no matter what character they would be piloting at this point. Oh, and there it is. IDJS. Honestly, an incredibly strong air normal option for Anji. One of my favorite next to JK. And just like that, all it takes is 2 hits, and a Happy Chaos has fallen over. Quick round 2.
Strong stuff, getting you flipped around. Gonna take you to this corner, gonna get this wall broken. Not enough tension to get it into a Deus Ex. So Uber is gonna fight back after that soft knockdown, gets a counter hit back, gets this red RC to carry you to the corner. Unfortunately, couldn't link into that far slash after, and the YRC gives Koka another slice at life here in this round. Cheesecake having to deal with this Koka FD defense, pushing us back, not able to keep that pressure running for free, and getting a throw in the middle of that BRC. Koka very active, very high APM, realizing the situation, very deep reload, and the boss bait. Jesus Christ.
All right, Koka. Koka is locked into the Matrix right now. They have seen it all. They're already tasting victory at this point. This is an absolute strong masterclass of just showing that they had something that they wanted to pilot for, whether it's a character-specific thing or a player-specific thing. Like, we are seeing some real Happy Chaos pressure here as well. You just gotta have Uber find a way to fight out here. This is how it starts, putting Happy Chaos in the corner. He is definitely not the best at fighting there. Unfortunately, once again, we are spending our meter on something that doesn't really get us more pressure. There's the burst off. Oh no, but unfortunately we're blocking the gunshot. Only full screen here. Kind of waited. Oh, we tried to send it on an IAD last second, but Koka said, I got some more concentration in me. Pulls out the gat. Blat, blat. And just like that. Coming up, Zernoz versus Avarice. Testament versus Venom. Another matchup I haven't had the opportunity to see a ton of. I think I've seen a little bit of Floofle play against a Venom in tower, and there were some pretty interesting back and forth matches, and we're showing that we are ready to throw out of imps, and no free imps here from Avarice. Some basic, yep, absolutely no positive bonus for you. I really like that burst timing. It's not for the damage.
That was kind of interesting how the ball came back on Zernoz after that teleport. Avarice going to keep you here in this corner. The close slash connects. And I mean, I'm going to keep it real, man. Avarice really loves representing that command grab. So I would not be surprised if we see a lot of just, you know, close slash in the close slash, or 2K in the dash up counter hit. Avarice going to be able to close that one out with the stinger. I think a very good projectile in the context of being able to beat that S Reaper from full screen. I mean, in fact, all the projectiles from Zernoz. So Avarice may see a lot of that S stinger in this set, but right now we're just going into that JD, into this wall splat, but you can't run up 6H because it's going to take too long. You're not going to get that splat, and Zernoz gets another chance here.
Absolutely. This is kind of where Testament wanted to be. Oh, I think we took a teleport, actually. For a teleport right into the loving arms of Dark Angel. See if we're ready for... Okay, we're taking the full knockdown here. And I like the ball set into immediate run-up. Yeah, it's like, what are you really worried about? As the Venom at this point, you are in such a safe spot. Unfortunately, where you hit it with the 5P, man, so you couldn't split the projectile out. Oh, and I kind of like that step too. We saw that earlier as well here. What you're trying to do is some stinger a little bit too close. When you fire yourself closer as the Venom, S-Stinger starts to become your better choice with how quicker the recovery is. And oh, we actually end up dying to the chip damage. We cannot forget, if anyone is familiar with Venom of old, boy oh boy did old Dark Angel used to rob your health bar. In this game, it definitely will still chip, not as hard as the old one once did. It is definitely a meter robber more than anything. So, but we unfortunately were not quite ready, and it did work itself down to die a quick first game from Avarice, but a really interesting matchup, seeing both characters trying to establish this like mid-range to long-range zoning game plan.
Strong stuff, man. And we're probably going to see, well, it looks like Zernoz is going to stay on the Testament right now, but we may end up seeing that Milia later. Remember that, Ganion, we did have that swap previously, but Avarice right now showing you this Venom strength. Zernoz trying to get out of this corner, trying to get picked up. Nice burst to keep yourself safe here for a moment, but that Dark Angel is going to take yourself over. Great teleport right there from Zernoz, but Avarice was already ready for it, was already on that next level, sat there, lined it up, got the throw, and now has this setup.
Absolutely, and wasn't quite close enough to get a full setup off of the option here. There we go. One of the safest ways to leave your pressure is a Q5 from Venom. About -8 there as well. Great combo here. Should combo Destructive Super. Should also put him through the wall. Okay, it did get the weird sour hit. On the gravity scaling in which you get your super out. If you do it just a bit too delayed, it might only clip part of it, which can kind of mess with there. You do end up blocking out this Dark Angel. 6K ends up whiffing. A little bit of recovery there. Gives us time to get job. But there is that jump in JH. And then there, both players. Oh, we actually throw him out. That is absolutely, you can absolutely throw if they are not immediately dialed in with their follow-up. 6K is not necessarily the best option for Venom on block. Oh, and unfortunately, it's basically impossible to establish any Reapers when you are in the minigame that is H Stinger. So
testament out here, like, what do you mean I have to dash block? That's supposed to be your job.
Ooh, nice teleport out once again. Both players is showing that when they are on their projectile minigame, they feel like they can do no wrong. Characters here, and there's that JD. We're a good mix option, and we're seeing it, right? Zernoz now kind of fell. I don't know what woke it up with that, or if they were mine, or something hit him with the good knowledge. But 6K on block is definitely not the best option for Venom. There are a lot of things that you can match if they go for anything, I believe, besides. Actually, I think they have to stop at 6K, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, here back at that mid-grade, great jumping option. Unfortunately, close slash does not combo into 2H. From that, you have to go 2S into 2H for the pickup. Oh, and there's 6P again. Ball gets set behind us, unfortunately. Oh, wake up throw! Oh, and we just a little too much jump momentum with that JD, causing it to whiff. Great stuff for Zernoz to be able to throw on that wake up.
Yeah, that throw was pretty confident. Able to throw that JD, man. I wouldn't have been confident enough to do that, but Avarice has this set up. As you hit that JD here in the corner, then you were calling it out earlier. You got to be careful about that 6K, because then you're going to get thrown right after. Has these balls applied, able to angle them around those aerial H Reapers. When both these players get the zoning at the same time, it's very fun to watch, seeing who's going to get that hit first. Zernoz here in the corner doing some good up backs and some good blocking, but Avarice, a little too confident, is going to get Arbiter Beast through Zernoz with some active teleports.
Oh my gosh, and you're just seeing both players here, like they kind of feel they're good entrant options. And a good PRC. Oh my god, wake up throw, back throw incident. It's the scariest spot to be in for Avarice right now. No meter to really fight back with, no deflect shield as well. Oh, we just get the clip. Zernoz gave him a little too much space to start throwing out some stingers again. And just like that, an incredibly close game two. Still ends up going the way of Avarice here. Zernoz is just so close, they can probably taste it. I wonder if we will end up seeing a swap, or if we will just take this Testament, which has definitely been working in a lot of ways. Yep, still sticking Testament, which means if they do win, they are on Testament for the rest of this set. But I have to say, like, there's definitely a lot of really close moments. They're fighting back very, very well with some 2P, 5Ps. Wait, let's see if we can find our way to get started there. But starting off, we're getting pushed towards the corner already. Oh, but there's that jump in JH. Such a large aerial button there. The full combo, and once again, Avarice has such a good hit rate with this command grab. I feel like I've only seen it whiff once or twice at this point. And they're sending Dark Angel out. Oh, and I like the teleport fake there, Jeek. That was so good to like still let themselves float over the Dark Angel, but not give Avarice a free poke into teleport there. Incredibly good stuff. 6P for that hard knockdown. Back to full screen. Play this mini game with me. Can you get around? And once again, great 6P. I will say Venom 6P is an incredibly strong 6P when it comes to the way it hits and the activity. Reminds me of Anji in a lot of ways that his works. It's a little bit different reward. And there we are again. We're fighting back from defense naturally, and there's a little delay FD into an overhead. Dark Angel should get a full combo into pickup here with the Kai. As long as we get the full combo, should be enough, and it was! Just like that. Avarice is on match point here.
Man, I did not think, Ganyon, that I would see a Venom do this well in a beginner bracket anytime soon, but Avarice showing you that a little bit of effort and some good matchup knowledge probably from their previous characters that they've played is paying off, doing very well against Pixie characters, Zoner characters. Zernoz trying to get out of this corner with this Dark Angel. Very scared to jump because Avarice is so good about jailing you with those jump normals, those JPs and such to put you right back into it. Zernoz showing you some good stuff with that Abare 2K. Avarice ready with the 6P. And now we're back to this Stinger game. Zernoz try to get that run up 6P, but Avarice checked you.
Absolutely. We will hit the super great, get a little bonus damage with the ball we had set out as well. Empty low, but the BRC lets us combo at. Avarice can taste it. Oh, but nothing else after that. Wait for a double. Oh, no. Zernoz with the great block on the back-to-back 5Ds, because that's really all was needed by Avarice to take it out. The Ramlethal. We got Floofle on the good all happy cast. This is winners finals of our Jeekly Academy number 18. Super excited to see these two, honest tier characters duke it out.
Strong stuff from both these players, man. We saw Floofle really cooking earlier on that HC. I mean, Happy Chaos Ram is, I had to do a double take. Is this the Jeekly Open? Is this Jack versus SQ? Some very strong characters we're playing out here, but Floofle is the one getting that jump in JS, and we're going to go into that Deus Ex.
Yeah, I love how you mentioned that, because immediately I had the same thought. Winners finals, Jeekly on a Friday. Pretty common to see these two characters in that spot. So really good stuff. It's great that the Academy is paying homage to the Friday starters. So good stuff there for our first round for Floofle. Both players here being down their burst so far, but we just have a half a stick of butter for Chartreuse as well. Just trying to find a way to start. But we're seeing such great navigation of working around these normals by Floofle, and they're actually picking up with this 6S. Getting a full combo, and someone said Happy Chaos doesn't do damage. That's half a health bar right there with a pretty standard combo. Nothing too crazy. Getting that burst spent out immediately. Then and another FRC moment as another FRC enjoyer myself. Floofle actually showing great piloting and spending that meter, because not only you get the lower meter recovery based on it, like it just doesn't cost you as much when you do FRC. So great use case here. Great routing option, and by the time we got stuck in the corner again, it was almost super time for Floofle as well. Let's see how Chartreuse can answer back here. I do imagine that they have been here before, have piloted against a few HCs. You can't play through the later floors of floor 8, 9, and 10, and even Celestial, without eventually running into the Gunslinger Messiah himself.
We got to see how this one's going to play out. I do want to do some housekeeping. Big shouts to 3 Coda, Yozarin, 33 EXE, and Midnight Soul. Midnight Soul said they just got the game and they've been loving it. Glad to hear that, friend. Thank you all for those follows. This is the place to be, Midnight Soul. If you want to come and join one of our beginner brackets, bi-weeklies on Saturdays, you probably meet those requirements. If you got any questions, join us in the Discord and play with the other people before you're waiting for the bracket. Get some games in ahead of time as well. Right now, Floofle showing you how strong you can get playing in these beginner brackets. Just came in, I think, a couple weeks ago, and look how well they're piloting this HC, trying to secure this round. Already has a game up here on this winners finals.
Absolutely, and they were so close to taking that there, but just if nobody got me, I know Roll Gunshot got me. Really good stuff then. Unfortunately, dropped the combo. Chartreuse found themselves potentially almost taking it too, but they couldn't quite pick up after the sword flip. But here we are going into round 2, saying, you know what? Shame on me once, I'll drop it. Don't worry, I got you this time. Positive bonus. Let me get that burst meter back here, as well as 50 sword toss PRC. The most, one of the best uses a 50-meter Ram has to offer, next to spending it on their super gear. Great stuff then. No swords quite yet. We are out of concentration for Happy Chaos, so unfortunately right now is a good time. Great IAD JS here from Chartreuse. HE now finding himself. We're going to go for a low after. Nope, just going for a meaty 5K after the explosion. Keeping their pressure going. All Sword spent great block on the flip there. We're going to get a full pickup then. Back toward the corner. Backdashing through. Oh, and the 5 actually connects. Oh my gosh.
That was violent right there, man. Getting that counter hit 5H. Strong stuff there, Chartreuse. That curse is applied, but yeah, that curse isn't for free, y'all. You got to get in and fight against it just like Chartreuse just did with that far slash, with the Daro, by the way. I was calling it out earlier. I got to point it out again. So good at those Daro confirms, getting that BRC away from Floofle. So much RC to play with here, and we're spending it on that PRC, but Floofle is going to get you gun flipped around, and this may be a Deus Ex.
But unfortunately didn't go for Deus Ex on this one here, which is still fine, still positive. Great use of BRC forward after that wall break. Here's an option. Honestly, a best case scenario with that YRC happening. And we were waiting. Oh my goodness, Floofle is feeling it. They know what they're doing here. Great combo as well. Deus Ex finisher should be enough with that Gart's Crush as well. And I have to say, I was a little bit worried that YRC, they almost got sent in the corner off of that J2K.
Nah, Danny, on this combo, dog. This is... I feel like I'm watching Krieg right now. It is the pink HC, so... Oh my god, no way, dog. That's crazy. Floofle, you gotta graduate, homie, because you are... I would not call that a beginner combo, homie. You're cooking right now. You gotta graduate, Floofle. But no, Chartreuse is playing very well right now. We've been able to take some of those rounds, Gagnon. If you take a round, take a game. Take a game, take a set. We'll have to see. Reverse 3-0 calling it. Okay, well, the chat's got their bets in, guys. We see what's going to come up here. Good 4P there from Chartreuse, keeping you jailed back with that S-sword pressure. You're going to get that burst away from this HC.
Absolutely. This is how it starts. Got to strip him of his resources and then try again. Great throw on the roll through. That's one option that you need to be there. You can actually technically basically always press on that roll option, and if they do it correctly as the HC player, unless they hit I think it's a 1 or 2 frame link, basically you will either throw them out of it or your throw won't come out based on the gunshot. So good to represent it, good to throw it there, and unless they are absolutely dialed in as the HC player, really hard to hit properly. So good stuff here. Chartreuse throwing some very safe pressure right now so far, and there's that 5H starter into the pickup. Great stuff then. Not sure if we reacted to it or we're going to go into 5H into the rock immediately after, but would love to see it. There's that Ram JH. What an incredibly gifted aerial button. If you're ever curious what I'm talking about, go to Dustloop and look at Ram JH and look at Privilege.
There's definitely Privilege personified in this game, man. And look at it right there, just getting that dunk, being able to jump out of that corner and be active with your jump normals. We got Floofle walk down the screen. Good tick throws here from Chartreuse, but very confident gold burst here from Floofle. That could pay off, especially because you got the next hit. Dude, if this turns into a wall break, we could probably get into the super. Great stuff there, Floofle. Able to reverse that situation, all starting with that gold burst.
Up an HT with positive bonus. Definitely no slouch here. Oh, and a double roll through, potentially to bait out burst. I really like that option. Oh, we went for an unfortunate there. I do love holding at that point then. You want to take out this HC so badly, but spending your burst meter to do so definitely wasn't worth it there. Take it for this round 3. You know you can do it. You were so close in that second round there. You definitely took round 1 as well. Chartreuse holding strong, saying that it could take a lot more than an easy 3-0 against me. Here we go. Ram pressure in the corner. One of the scariest spots to be against this character. Great mash out into the hard knockdown. Now it's Appy Chaos time. See if Floofle can find him there. Contact right in front of your face. Oh, but luckily gets a chance to mash out here. Was able to recover in time from the Rekka. And there's that JH again. Challenge me from the air. Deflect shields off. Heat pressure going because they blocked. But we love it there. FT'd out. Throw. Oh, but we missed the meaty close slash. This could be spooky now for Chartreuse. Stuck in the blender. That is Happy Chaos.
We do have some tension to play with, but no focus, so you had to spend it on that focus super. Actually, great recognition there from Floofle. Said, hold on, I gotta fix this. Had a oopsie, but I can fix it. Chartreuse, I don't know if they'll get their burst back for this one. Not quite. Floofle able to take this set, but man, Chartreuse was really gaming in those last 2 rounds. I wish we got to see more. And Koka loves showing off all of these characters she can play. You're gonna see the Axel here today. Maybe we'll see the Chip and the Slayer. I won't jinx it, but Avarice been playing so hot on this Venom. The first, maybe I'll say the first Venom we've seen in the Academy period, let alone up here in the top 8 so far in the bracket, and she's really deserved it, man. Gonna send you through the wall with that 6H, building up a decent amount of damage. Koka still has their burst though. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, and you're right. I feel like this is definitely probably the first Venom, and especially seeing one piloted it so well at this point. Avarice showing you that they put in a lot of time and effort for this character that's still fairly new in the grand scheme of where the game is at right now. So it even means, you know, how well is Koka ready for a character such as this, especially when it's being piloted well. But hey, being confident to play the Axel into the matchup then, trying to show you that you are not the only zoner in this game. And another great mix. I love that setup from Avarice here, giving you the option to do what seems to be a high-low after jumping with the ball kind of covering your approach options. So, and there's that command grab again. We've seen 2 hits so far out of 3. And I love that Avarice, despite letting someone jump out at once, that they're not feeling bad enough to try it again. It's such a good tool for this character. And it actually will produce some damage if you have some risk built up. So there we go. Koka trying to play the good level 1 counterplay of Dark Angel. It actually is running into it, letting the hit element start happening for you there. You still have to block a high and a low while you do it. So definitely no slouch to it. Jumps themselves over. Here we go. Avarice getting that hard knockdown into multiple set. Pushed a few more balls forward as well. We actually get the command grab. That was so smart.
Great. That was an amazing answer up. Yup. And you can't zone against the one vision if it's already applied. Koka got you beat up in this corner. Got these throws established now. An amazing tech from Avarice. But post throw tech, Koka gets the payoff. Good just block from Avarice. This is still either player's game, especially with this zoning Ganyan. You have to FD block every ball at this point. I literally can't see Avarice's HP. Koka gets it after that RC. God damn.
Oh, gee, I started standing up, man. That moment could have gone absolutely either way. Koka even had the game win if they just hit it. I think it was either like a 5P would have reached there to break that wall for them. But they ended up piloting it through, holding strong, found that last hit they needed. And as we're saying that, Koka is now going through the wall, taking a good chunk of damage, too. Venom no slouch if he gets the right hits, it feels like there. But great use of all the options in Axel Toolkit to be at this point. Fortune jumps up over here. Is a nice 6P. 6P counter hit being that hard knockdown, and we weren't quite ready. There's the command grab again. No going through. Dark Angel will probably push us all the way to the corner. Likely, yeah, and absolutely using that 5H to get that tumble effect into Robokai breaking here, and it's burst safe after the H stinger. My goodness. And what? That was only game 1. That was literally only game 1, and I am out of my seat already, man.
A big shout out to when we were very privileged to help run the Venom only tournament for Arxis. It was only 16 people, but that top 8 went on for like 5 hours or something with all the Venom mirrors. And to no surprise, it looks like even against these other zoners, Venom still has some long rounds, but they're confident rounds. Like, I mean, Avarice is doing a really good job. Koka was fighting back on that Axel, but we're pulling out another Pokemon. Axel, come back. Sin, I choose you. We're going into game 2.
Absolutely. Maybe we're just putting the Axel out there early to get some free experience. Find ourselves piloted over to the Sin here at this point. And this is a much easier character to probably pilot against something such as that. But we've all been on the defensive end from it. And if you are ready to block the DPs, Venom is definitely no slouch with the proper routing here. I'm curious to see how Avarice works against a much faster, quicker paced character such as Sin. Ooh, missed the air grab. If you could actually, throw them on top of Dark Angel and get a full combo. One of the cooler things about Dark Angel is how multifaceted it is for a super. See how we pilot from this point. Koka kind of feeling a little stuck right now, kind of waiting for their right moment to go in. Avarice find themselves running up at this point. No full pickup, unfortunately. Still have 2 stamina to work with. This is where you want to be a Sin. Really, one more hit is all you need, and this should be it here. Absolutely, round 1 going to Koka.
Strong stuff. Koka had the tension after as well for the mix, even if we needed it. Avarice acted with that 2D on the round start, but Koka showing you the strength of this Sin. How you can carry someone to the wall with that stamina. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it going, and Avarice, in fact, is going to steal the corner back. You got to be careful with those 6Ks, especially if you're going to do that follow-up. Avarice pushing you back, has the Dark Angel, spending this tension. Let's see how we navigate it.
Oh my gosh, and just like that, Dark Angel covering it once again. It's such an active button, a super option to be aware of once it is on the screen. I believe that was an attempt to get a grounded H Carcass there as well. OTG with 2H, once again, a little bit extra damage then for our troubles. 2P, such a common button to mash out with here. Feels very akin to Zato functionality-wise. Wires taking a turn back. We tried to get a throw, but unfortunately we were dialed in with the backdash. Sin's got an incredibly strong backdash since it's been buffed to this point, and just like that, Koka answering back with this Sin, showing that, hey, okay, the Axel didn't quite work out, but don't you worry. You know, I got some well-rested Pokemon ready to come out here and show you what I'm made of it on multiple characters. So, you know, Avarice kind of getting their first layer of having to really fight back against something a little bit stronger than the Axel. We will see how they adjust. And absolutely right, you do have to deal with both highs and lows that can be comboed into, both from a super standpoint or spending stamina or RC. So Sin is definitely an incredibly strong character in this version of Guilty Gear. Got that anime power up.
Got some good stuff started here. Avarice showing you those air carcasses. Going to get that DP block. Koka this time waiting a moment on that burst. Avarice, in fact, going to get a gold burst because Koka tried to get that run-up throw. Koka loves throwing you here in this corner. Avarice got rocked the baby one too many times earlier in this top 8 to get thrown any further. But this time blocking the overhead. The overhead won that last round for Koka, but Avarice already making that adaptation.
Yeah, and you have to represent these different defensive options as well, as like not just letting the Sin get away with stuff for free. This should be a full enough route for a wall break here. Still has a stamina bar to work with. Positive, no hard knockdown though, so this gives an option for Avarice to play neutral again. A lot of zoner characters don't mind playing neutral when they can just send projectiles at you half to full screen away. But as I'm saying that, Koka find that hit into the hard knockdown this time. Well, BRC, I love the patience from Koka here, not trying to overforce their options. Avarice with a bit of a hero burst at this point. Oh, and there we are sending the Gazelle, saying we just slide underneath there real quick. How you doing? We slide into those DMs real quick. Bake me a cake as fast as you can, Venom. Another soft knockdown there. JH sending that option. I mean, sorry, JS, I apologize. There, Sin keeping you in the corners is not where you want to be if you're a character such as Venom. Has to be very specific, and when you challenge back at this point, great 5P stars is how it starts. Oh, and a great, oh, JK, an incredibly good high-angled kick option. Great aerial choice there. Absolutely not able to take much space, but able to hold a lot of it at least with these projectiles. Found their way out with that JD overhead. Unfortunately, no pickup at that point. Oh, wasn't quite spaced to close enough to get the command grab. Oh my gosh, not where you want to be. Immediate YRC, absolutely. You're fighting back, and that's a hitting 2D low.
Man, Avarice doing some good jobs keeping this Sin out. We got these balls full screen, man. Koka trying to get something started, trying to get towards you. Does have a lot of tension to still spend on that FD. Gets the second hit of the 5H. Avarice has the burst out here, has the Dark Angel. Koka waiting a second to see if they want to try to jump over, but in fact, they're going to get pushed to that corner using that FD to keep ourselves alive, holding that up back to avoid that command grab, and it actually works out right there. Goes for the overhead, but ill-spaced pays off for Avarice as we even up the rounds here.
Wow, and Koka was just showing some damn near masterclass level of defense there on what to do, when to pick your option. Then, you know, like while the chip can definitely be a factor to be worried about against Venom, a lot of times you're just kind of dealing with mids, projectiles, right? So really good stuff, find a spot to get out and being able to there, but Avarice still finding that round super close here as we're fighting back right now. Sin sitting on a lot of meter. Ooh, and there it is, JHJD. I was wondering if we would see a potential frame trap option there. You can't give up on the overhead blocks quite yet, and you also cannot slide underneath Dark Angel. It is too close to the ground. I've seen a lot of characters who are used to going under projectiles with their slide moves try it, but unfortunately Dark Angel is always just touching the ground, no matter where it is used from. YRC fighting back, and we busted out of the YRC saying, I know you think it's your turn, but let me show you a ride to lightning real quick. Hard knockdown for Koka. Where you want to be. Great 2P Abari to mash out. This is where you want to be. What the air? Oh my gosh. Koka is showing such strong neutral options in play. This is incredibly good stuff. This does not feel like a beginner's bracket right now. We have two players who are fighting back so well against each other.
Man, solid stuff, dude. Solid stuff. And I was telling Ganyon earlier before the stream even started, you know, it's kind of, this is what it looks like on this top end, man. You got a lot of strong players. They're trying to get out. Koka has been close before. on characters that we hadn't even seen yet today. The Sin and the HC are brand new to us. But that DP getting blocked. Avarice doing a good job of always blocking out that DP. Koka delaying that burst to keep Avarice here in the corner. Avarice wants that distance. Able to go for that full set, but Koka calling it out, and is going to get a wall break for it. But no stamina here. We're going to have to see what this pressure is going to be without that resource.
Ooh, I was wondering if they're looking for potentially like a YRC option there. So I did like the throw. Avarice to get that back. Unfortunately, you're OTG, and so you're not going to get much off of the 5D at that point, but can respect the attempt. Oh, we tried to deflection, but went for a simple throw. Throw RC would have done it, but hey, close / meaty counter hit. It's going to hurt regardless. Quick round for Koka, and bring themselves to match point here on this loser semis. Slide underneath. Get underneath that leg and that pool ball here. And actually, I like that option to not go for a wall stick, honestly. Keeping that zoner in the spot, keeping them boxed in. I was like, oh, we find ourselves now in the corner ourselves. Just like that, we're trading places back and forth, Jeek. We can't figure out where we want to be.
Yeah, we're jumping, but man, it's a platform fighter right now. We're just jumping around, it seems. Nice DP in the gap right there from Koka. Avarice here in the corner was able to get some distance back. Koka with a lot of tension here goes for that reset. Nice back throw on that run up. Koka really likes trying to get that extension on their pressure, but RTLing through the 2P on that ball set. We're going to take it to the other side of the screen. The throws come back out. We may see a hoof stomp in the near future. No, it was the Wild Assault. Avarice was ready with the burst. Scanning out one more hit from either player, I think.
As we could say, oh, and unfortunately we jumped into Dark Angel. This should at least be a hard. Oh, unfortunately we missed the like a last second. It actually hit some active frames of the Sin 5K. Kind of have him where exactly we want to be. And good 2K2D to low profile the jump in. Oh my gosh, like that. Avarice fighting back from the brink of falling out of the tournament here. But just as we're saying that, Koka's saying, all right, you got some stuff then. But here, let me get some quick positive working in my favor. Back to full burst, 50 tension to work with as well. Oh, we actually see Avarice kind of running up here at this point too, showing a lot of pressure. It's a knockdown. I like not bursting there once again. Not a lot of damage from the command grab unless some meters actually built up for risk here. 6P out of the sky. Koka's still holding on to his burst. Finally decides to spend it.
Nice navigation right there from Koka. Trying to get in using these advancing special moves, but the 6P on the other side. Avarice been very good with those anti-airs, and it's paying off here. I like this Wild Assault combo, able to get that ball set. Not going to be too much to kill, but only one more interaction will take it at this point, even for that Venom damage. But that run-up hoof stomp is going to send Avarice here through the wall. Only a soft knockdown, but either player's game on the next interaction. Koka is threatening that set point. You got to get through these stingers, though. Nice BRC to keep yourself safe from that 6P. Trying to jump in, but the chip takes it. Avarice, with 2 50-second rounds back-to-back, is going to bring us to Game 5.
And as someone who's played a decent amount of Venom at this point, I can tell you it feels like I've played a lot of Venom, because very often the Venom player, you will find your games going longer. So you are definitely used to a lot of different intricacies of when you're using stuff, which ball sets you're doing. Are you doing half charge stingers? Are you doing full charge stingers? Are you doing half charged Q5s? You do full, like, there's so many choices you get with this character and options to do. So having a strength, and just like that, it's time for the king. Koka says, all right. You get the real one. You get the real one from me. Let's see how we pilot the Leo in this option. I have actually played a little bit of this matchup as Venom, and it's definitely feels fine until Leo just gets that one knockdown, and then having to fight back turn is definitely not ideal. And as we said, that immediate Dark Angel so quick.
Yeah, once you get in that back turn, you get that one knockdown. It can be hard to come back as the Venom without using some of that meter, and all you got to do is dash block, and this has got to be one of the best characters for that. Bursting you back, trying to get something started with that far slash you just saw. A nice possibly an air throw attempt from Koka, couldn't get off the ground though. Avarice getting you with that 2D full screen, the stinger on the other side to put you onto the corner. The ball's going back and forth. YRC to get a chance here. Nice stagger, but dude, Avarice, like I said, been getting thrown so much in this tournament tonight. Does not want to get thrown anymore. Great text.
Yeah, I have to say, it's being able to be kind of locked in enough to either feel the throw coming or even recognize it as well and react to what's there. But if I should actually save us in that moment, I was a little bit worried how that RC would interact. They'll get pushed away, just blinking life on koka. Everyone's had to fight back, and they do. And just like out of nowhere now, Avarice now on match point themselves, fighting back from what I believe is a reverse sweep at this point. If they can take it here, jumps over at that here. Oh, and JS out of the air. Fortunately, no Q5 connecting for the hard knockdown. Basic dash in. Koka find themselves respecting a lot of Avarice's options then. They're feeling the comfortability. They're feeling the stress of this point, and here we're at. Oh my god! Oh, and, okay, I respect that. Avarice tried so hard to make that whole situation burst safe.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I think Avarice actually went for the burst bait, was holding back there for a second. And guys, if you go to bait that burst, if you actually are trying to bait it, you got to commit. Because Koka, with a nice delay, is going to... That wasn't a back throw on the command grab, was it? Maybe that was a dash up. It
was. They're ready for all these matchups, and just like that, we're ready for losers finals between Chartreuse, who had a pretty competitive set on the winner's side, but did fall to our happy cast player with Floofle. Let's see if Avarice can take it and show a different sight that I thought maybe would be kind of crazy to see for our grand finals, or if we get that run back from winners.
Man, we got to see now at this point, Ganyon. There's a chance that we have a new character graduate the academy, whether it's going to be Avarice or whether it's going to be Floofle. Of course, Chartreuse could come in and upset that streak with this Ramlethal. Whoever you're rooting for, I know we got some good sets in store. Chartreuse trying to get past these stingers real quick, but Avarice saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hold these balls, homie. Great stuff right there, closing out that first round.
And you know what? People can call that whatever they want. What I call that is a round one to me. So really good stuff from Avarice then. You really need to make sure you make your opponent show you they know how to work around it. That they have to block, at least 2 stingers most of the time before you kind of RPS your next choice. So really, really good stuff. Avarice saying, I'm not trying to take this Ramlethal pressure. Hold these balls, my friend. And here's a bigger one to make it there too. Unfortunately, yep, even if you would hit Avarice in that moment, Dark Angel comes for us all. Delayed jump into the JD overhead, multiple hitting overhead too. At that point too, Stinger RC, not as good as it once was, but still finds some occasion. Great air throw by Chartreuse. Take their turn back at this point before you set back screen by the Stinger and says, you know what? Hey man, cool pool balls. Hold this entirely robotic, powerful demon sword. I don't know what it's made out of, but all I know is that sword helped Chartreuse get that round 2, going to round 3 of this game 1.
Man, it's made out of Venom's tears. I can't remember exactly what the matchup was last night, but I was watching Tanak, a similarly colored Ramlethal, also very high tier, use that H-sword in a similar situation, able to push back through the zoning. It's actually a really great answer, but a Hail Mary because you lose your option to that projectile after. Avarice right now getting a wall splat from mid-screen, it felt like, dancing you back and forth, and that's pretty good damage for Venom, at least in my opinion. BRC to see the situation, getting that back throw, Avarice spending that burst to get some distance back, but that H-sword, all of a sudden, Chartreuse probably caught onto the skeleton key of this matchup, saying, hold on, this special move is really getting me some mileage.
Yeah. And it was so good, right? Like, it's one thing, too, where, Venom kind of feels like a death by 1,000 cuts unless you get hit by, like, the specific starter. And Venom also kind of requires a little bit of risk for a lot of his damage to kind of get unlocked. And he's not too bad at building risk out as well. So, really, really good stuff from Chartreuse for kind of holding the confidence, holding a little bit of clutch factor as well, and just find that moment to strike back. And, like, really showing why Ram is such a spooky character in this version of Guilty Gear that, like, while you can fight around her, while you can RPS correctly, all it takes is that one wrong choice, finds yourself on the wrong side of blocking in the corner against those guard crush swords. But, Avarice, no slouch as well, showing a lot of comfortability on this Venom, finding Chartreuse kind of towards the corner into the mirror ever so slowly. Once again, like, Venom really gets unlocked as a character. Once he kind of gets you closer to the corner, you will get access to a few more return ball and a great spacing on the gold burst, which is a little bit hard to punish in this version of Guilty Gear. And there it is once again, Chartreuse. No matter what you try, your goal should be to get around Dark Angel because you really can't fight through it.
We're going to be sent through here. Avarice is going to get that positive bonus. And I mean, at this point, just a couple stingers is going to take this round away. There it was right there. Avarice able to chip down that HP and get that match in their favor. Chartreuse does have this burst meter to use on the other side, but the very well-placed anti-air that Avarice showed you right there and has been showing all this top 8 gets this set up afterwards. Good defense from Chartreuse, but the 5D connects and Avarice has you in the corner.
Absolutely. Try to wake up in there. Get hit by Dark Angel once again. I said it before, if nobody got me, I know Dark Angel got me. Side of spend here. I love that too. Potentially you could have tried for a throw RC option, but yup, unfortunately, Dark Angel is inevitable. If you got YRC, if you got burst, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to take Dark Angel does not care about what you want. It is inevitable, and I'm loving the way Avarice is piloting Venom to get advantage and utilize this like incredibly. If there are 2 good tools in this character's kit, it is the Stinger option, Stinger RPS, and Dark Angel. If you find ways to pilot that to the best of their levels, you will win a ton of games with this character, not even on the basic knockdown mix-up stuff there. So really good stuff. Great answer back. And just like that, we got at least a 4-game series here going into our game 3. Let's see if it's going to be a Chartreuse sweep or Avarice sweep.
Well, we're trading our burst back and forth, so it's simple old gear out here at this point. Gets that H carcass pickup into the full set. Dude, I had not seen that interaction, but the 5D able to scoop up all those balls on hit as well. Crazy stuff there. Avarice showing us a lot of interesting setups, and man, that air throw range is gigantic, Ganion.
Yeah, and I think what he actually caught was the startup of an extended hurt box then of something that Chartreuse tried to do in the air. So otherwise, I think that air throw would have definitely whiffed. So whether intentional or not, great recognition on when to press your buttons and challenge back, and they're rewarded with a round 1 win. And I love that angle too. Any of your mid front set balls, 6P will send it upward and stop some of those jump in options from it there. Once again, here we are, a little dash up into Dark Angel, too close there, and you have to be a little bit careful. There's the low. Also, one thing that Venoms will try to do, if you are permanently FD blocking Dark Angel, it does open you up to a spot where you can actually be command grabbed in between the Dark Angel hits. So I wonder if Avarice was quite ready for that. Blue wall sending, and just as quickly and as close as we kind of saw the last 2 games, this game 3 was looking pretty much all Avarice. Might be a turn in the winds, and if this ends up winning, we have a guaranteed new graduate character-wise for our Jeekly Academies. But Chartreuse, I'm sure, will have something to say about that. Really, really strong game 3 here from Avarice.
Man. Dude, there's a world where we get a new character in Academy. But Chartreuse been playing so awesome tonight. We've seen her play before. I think her first appearance we saw was just last week, where she got top 8 on that Ramlethal. Definitely, I mean, man, when we get Ramlethals in Academy, they always do well. Chartreuse, no exception, playing super well, playing super good on this character. But Avarice, I mean, let's keep it a buck, man. If you're sitting here playing in the tower, you're probably not seeing a lot of this character, Venom. And Avarice, with how many setups we've seen, how many different interactions we've seen, we're learning a lot of new stuff out here. So worst case, we're getting a lot of information in our back pocket. Chartreuse getting out of this corner with the burst, getting that S sword down, but Avarice was ready with the YRC.
Yeah, and it's like, I think you hit it perfectly on the head. A lot of these like unique, lesser played characters get so much extra value, and people just aren't, freshly used to them. Are the kins of the likes of, your Zatos, your Venoms, all that kind of stuff there. It's like, how ready are you to fight these characters that you rarely see Chartreuse saying, yeah, that's great, I don't really care about that. Take this, take this 2 to 3 interactions and in a round for me. Fighting back strongly in this game 4 here. Avarice currently up, but Chartreuse up on the rounds of it as well. Trying to get a little bit of a sneaky turn in there too, but Avarice is ready. And you gotta remember, be careful with those overheads. It's multiple overheads with that JD. A weird OTG moment then, but no full combo at least. So one more time about there, but there's that command grab. Will we see Chartreuse? Oh, no chance to burst, even immediate wall stick. We will get positive, but no real damage here at this point. Oh, and actually with the sword toss PRC, it does clip the toes on the way in. Here's Dark Angel coming active. Ram should recover in time, and she does. Oh, and an empty jump low. Avarice showing us they have tons of setups and mix options off of this Dark Angel. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this Venom. Chartreuse Once again, they are here for a reason. They were in winner's final for a reason. So we actually dashed past the rock. Oh my gosh, it's like Avarice just showing us there. They are so comfortable in these moments.
Yeah, Avarice wants it right now. Chartreuse doing a great job, still being active here. Oh my lord, we're getting juggled. We're still being active. We're still trying to get in here. Gonna block that Dark Angel. Good response. Good response to both of those 5Ds as well. Amazing defense saying, get down with that JH. Flipping back in, so I don't care what your deflect shield does, but Avarice with this setup right here, getting pushed back by deflect shield as well. One more setup from this Venom could be all she wrote. Chartreuse can get in with this meter, with that PRC, gets that 2K, wasn't confident on the hit, and the 5P on the other side. Avarice needs one more to do it, and it's gonna be the 5H, guys, just like that. Chartreuse playing awesome tonight, but we're gonna see this Venom up in grand finals.
Going into grand finals of Jeekly Academy 18, we got Floofle, the HC on winner's side, Avarice on the Venom on losers here. I am super stoked to see how this matchup goes. I unironically think this is a even matchup. Venom does not let these zoners get set up. H-Stinger is incredibly powerful at saying, hey, that's cool, homie, whatever you're doing full screen here, hold this pool ball real quick.
And already built up enough meter for this Dark Angel, catching you with that JP. You gotta be careful about jumping. And I thought for a second maybe Avarice was going to lose that corner pressure, but she lined it back up, got the drop optimal, gonna send Floofle through with a lot of damage dealt. But we had tension back as well. 50 tension, the BRC drift forward, got Avarice here in the corner, YRC to get another chance here. And even with that positive bonus, we built up so much. Dude, that 6P on the other side, gosh, man, that was crazy stuff. Looks like Avarice is gonna take this first round. I jinxed it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, that was close. I was feeling it too. I was like, oh my goodness. And then even the 6P other side, but then the Q5 not changing it because you dialed it in but before the hit even finished. So definitely a spooky scenario there a little bit then, but unfortunately the one time where the matchup changes in that regard, if you are cursed, HC will now always be able to beat your pool ball options there. So gotta be a little bit careful about when you represent that full screen zoning as Venom in the matchup there. 2K2D. This little wall stick as well. And, you know, once again, positive for Happy Chaos where he definitely wants to be. But he has to fight back a little bit. Honestly, there's that YC to give it back. And Bursting immediately says, I am not letting you get started there, which I can totally respect. A little frame trap with that Q5. Gotta be careful about being doing that close. But because of the PRC, we are still plus.
Sending you through, positive bonus cranking. And dude, honestly, when Venom gets positive bonus, I personally feel like I'm on a timer. I see them start backdashing, I see them get some distance, and I look at that, the Dark Angel comes out. It makes me scared, and honestly, you should be scared when you see that come out. You gotta get comfortable playing around it. Floofle, very comfortable in fact, getting out of that corner, getting that Goomba Stomp, getting this mix on Avarice, and closes out that round regardless of that very powerful overdrive.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how the sequence would kind of go, but like Floofle just showing that they were willing to just block out the Dark Angel at that point. They tried a kind of IEDing over. Easier said than done with how big the projectile is, but as we're saying, Avarice is not deterred by the way that round went. You see him there, and there's that mash off on that 6K on block. I believe it is incredibly hard to get the charge input from 6K into, you know, the 2-9 for H Carcass, so easier said than done. Five out there, and once again, we're seeing such good comfortability with using these JPs, boxing our opponent out of the sky. Once again, spooky spot to be in. Avarice kind of showing a little bit of backdashing here as well. You gotta make sure HC shows it's real pressure. Then we tried for H Stinger, so jump into there and send Dark Angel as well. See how Floofle responds. She's not just, they're just waiting. Oh, and I love the patience there, giving Avarice nothing specific to work off of here, and once again jumping out. This is positive, likely with the super wall break. Uh-oh. And out of nowhere now, Avarice was definitely feeling pretty strong in this first game, but Floofle showing that they are ready, that they are warm and ready to fight back, and we're double rolling. We want that freeze frame. Taking the game one. Floofle on the HC.
Man, that was a swag freeze frame too, by the way. Strong stuff. Either player could have taken that last round, but it was that mix at the very end that sealed it out. I think the way Avarice is playing is going to be enough to possibly reset this bracket. Of course, if Floofle keeps themselves on top just like they have been all bracket and keeps pulling out rounds like we just saw, then they can probably take it off. Shouts to Shadow Eco for that follow. I appreciate you, homie. Guys, this is the Jeekly Academy. We're here in grand finals of our 18th edition. Man, I feel like it was just yesterday. It was my 18th Jeekly Open bracket, and now we're this far in the academies. It's crazy. Thank you all for the support. Good burst right there, Avarice. Pushing back Floofle, getting these stingers applied, but the gunshot full screen is going to have you bounced around.
Yeah, Floofle, I think, is just honestly showing me, like, strong defensive awareness, right? Like, you don't have to press all the time. It's okay to let these characters send a couple mids at you while you kind of, like, lock in and figure out how you want to approach the scenario situation. Check the meter, kind of see where everything's at. Oh, and unfortunately, I'm not sure what they were quite going for there. At 100 meter, maybe not sure what to do with it all. BRC up, and then to end up throwing. Oh my gosh, Floofle is just showing so much confidence in some of these choices there and spending that meter accordingly. So, I know Avarice definitely no slouch so far. Showing us some great routing and great hard knockdown options. Gotta find that next hit, that next knockdown. Ooh, and actually there was a 2P attempt to stop the pressure. I love that Avarice went for an immediate JD reset. I love doing that as well. Depending on the normal chosen, you can low crush a lot of things with it here. Once again, letting block out. Dark Angel feels like such a good super. Oh, we blocked the YRC, but no punish, unfortunately. Maybe wasn't quite sure what we wanted to punish in that situation with multiple JDs overhead. Floofle once again shows they are very comfortable blocking.
Oh my god.
Blocks the 5 5D as well, Jeek. My goodness. This should be enough to kill.
Solid stuff right there, man. Avarice able to get that kill with the super after that command grab, setting a ball first to get that extra damage. Floofle doesn't want none of your counter hits, sends you full screen with this gunshot, and Avarice actually getting called out for with that full screen zoning now at this point. Once Floofle gets that curse and gets those gunshots, does build up some tension here. Gonna spend it after that wall tech to get some of the focus back. Avarice still here in this corner. An amazing tech, dude. Both these players in this grand finals want to win so bad. Their defense is insane.
It absolutely is. And Floofle showing a lot of comfortability and recognition of, like, elements of Venom's kit too, which I think is definitely a tougher thing to do. And at this point, Dark Angel has gotten, like, really no value for Avarice at this point. Floofle just showing that they are willing to block these out. It's very, very impressive stuff for a player who's at the beginner level at this point. But as well, I think everybody in this top 4 is showing you that they are definitely someone to be trifled with. Strong stuff, and just like that, an unfortunate backdash being caught by that 2S from Happy Chaos. Floofle showing right now that they are potentially, I mean, definitely the person to beat with this entire run so far. And they are just one game away from taking this entire Jeekly Academy. Might be a 3-0 sweep entirely on the winner side. It's impressive stuff, I must say.
Floofle doing a really good job. Shoutouts to Floofle was actually streaming. Let me go ahead. I don't want to get their nerves up, but I'll go ahead and show them some love. They're over there actually streaming right now their run over here in grand finals. So guys, go ahead and give them a follow if you like, or if you want to go see their perspective. I was given a little peek and saw that they were doing some scouting, seeing how this Venom likes to play. Definitely that advantage of sitting there on the winner's side, and it's paying off. We're up 2 games. We're trying to fight back here on Avarice, but we're still going to that last round, Ganyon, and Avarice, I think, still has what it's going to take to win this set, but Floofle with a good gold burst to start off this round.
I think you're absolutely right. Like there's not been a single close game yet between these. Sorry, every game has been close so far between these two. So it's definitely really awesome to see that it could absolutely go either way. Both players now, you're starting to see a little bit quicker on the YRCs back and forth. We are trying to make it our turn no matter what. Ooh, unfortunate miss on the JD overhead. It wasn't quite punished for it. Then got to keep our pressure going. See if we can block this in here too. And Floofle just showing, you know, they're getting hit by a lot of things in the process, but like once it's their turn, once they are cooking, unfortunately no super cancel. Get a few bullet reloads as well. Wall stick here, probably super at this point. Nope, no super again. We have 100 meter on Floofle's side. There's a BRC forward to chase a backdash. Full combo will be enough to do it. And just as we're talking about here, Floofle on, you know, match point, tournament point at this point. See if Avarice can lock in. Unfortunately, a whiff 6B is not how you want to see that started. Tried to deflect shield off to get their game plan going, but a basic frame trap from close to that 6K. Have to start positive bonus here from Floofle. They're looking like their tournament to lose at this point. Blinking life bar at Avarice's side. First off immediately. We're breaking in. Another whiff 6P, unfortunately, on the ID over. But we were ready with a 6P that time. Immediate burst out there. Tried to ID over, but the gunshot lock-on did happen. We do have 50 on each side. We'll see how they decide to play it. Avarice actually... I don't know if that was the intentional, if they wanted DA, or if they were thinking, okay, it's going to be a BRC forward again. Well, let's see if we do. If we finish the routing here, it's a little bit scaled right now with the RC setup. Then all we need is the wall stick. The segment doesn't matter. 2S is enough to take it out. And just like that, Floofle with the hashtag Floofle sweep of Jeekly 18 here. Jeekly Academy 18 on top of that. Immaculate stuff. Thanks for having me again, Jeek. You know, I tell you all the time, I love all the Jeekly shows that you do, but the Academy is a special place to me. I'm a big competitor. I've been competing for over 20 years, so having a wonderful place to compete in at whatever level you're at starting out, this is the place to do it. Sign for Jeekly Academy. Please be in the next one, guys. I would love to yell about your games, but for me, I cast a little bit on Twitch. It's just twitch.tv/Ganyan. You can follow me on Twitter as well, Ganyan_. Love Guilty Gear Strive, love fighting games, love gaming in general, so you never know what you might see when you come to my channel. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one then too, and excited to see where the Jeekly continues to go and grow.
Guys, thank you for supporting the Jeekly Academy. We'll have another one in 2 weeks if you want to try to get another top 8. We got the Jeekly Open every Friday. We got the Jeek League on Tuesdays. Go say happy birthday to Pandemonium Panda over here. It's his birthday running a bracket. But I'll see y'all another time. Peace out.